Kicks down low into the post up top. Bradshaw step back three. Good. Nothing but net by McKinley. Bradshaw. Hansen turns around and gets Ellingford. Pretty move from the senior.
Eagles basketball is on the air. Lyman High School is ready to soar through the 2019-2020 season. Catch it all on your home for Bridger Valley basketball. MyLocalRadio.com. Lyman basketball is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Come On In of Casper, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Plains Tire, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Trona Valley Community Federal Credit Union, The Store, and Blacks Fork Dental. Now, Eagles fans, it's time to head to the booth to join the play-by-play voice of the Bridger Valley, Jake Hibbard.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. In addition to our cleanup and restoration services, we also offer new construction and remodeling. We can help with a newer kitchen, bathroom, a garage, deck, or a new addition to your home. We provide accurate, itemized estimates with no hidden fees or extra charges, and we complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Call us today at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
Jason Hansen with me. It's regional time, and now you get to host it. You are the number 2 spot heading in. It means that you face off against Lovell. What have you seen out of that team? A program they haven't played this year, but I'm sure you've been looking at some tape of.
Right now they're feeling pretty good about themselves, and they beat a team in Lander that we didn't beat, and so I think their confidence is high. They're a scary matchup. They have a 6'4" girl in the middle that we don't get to see hardly ever.
Seeds 1 and 2 from the West, Mountain View and Lyman, both lost to Lander. Worland, the top seed from the Northwest, is 1-1 against Lander, and Lovell somehow knocked them off. They're 1-1 against them, so certainly not a team you can overlook going in. You mentioned the height of that girl. I don't remember her from last year. Is she a first-year varsity player?
No, she's actually a senior. She played last year. I just don't think they had very good pieces around her last year, and so this year they have a few more veteran players that are around her. They have a sophomore kind of like point guard, kind of shooting guard, and she looks very athletic and looks like she's going to give us all we want, and so that's another tough matchup we're looking at. The rest of their players they seem kind of more like role players, but we just haven't seen them, so we don't know how fast they are compared to us, or are we slow, or are they fast, or are they bigger than us, we smaller than them, so it's hard to tell. Anytime you play a team for the first time, you don't know what you're going to see or what you're going to get, and I don't know how they're going to guard us. I don't know how we're going to guard them, really, and so I guess it'll just be interesting to see the first round.
Kind of an interesting facet of playing a regional tournament against a team that you've never played before. How do you feel about how you ended off this season? You went to overtime against Pinedale. I was hoping to be able to tune into that game while I was doing my own. I tried to tune in. It wasn't there. So I don't know. I just saw afterwards it went to overtime. So what happened in that contest?
We had I'd say an 8-point lead in the fourth quarter, and we just didn't finish like we should have, and they were able to tie it up. And I'd done some few substitutions. It was senior night for us, and so I'm trying to get my seniors as much playing time as possible, and so a few of our seniors were out of position, when I don't have some of the sophomores and freshmen in there, we basically go down to one girl that can handle the ball, and that's Mandy, and the rest are, they kind of play the post position, and so they were having to handle the ball. They were having to guard guards, and so I had them out of position, and Pinedale was able to make a run, and then when I substituted back in, we were off a little bit, just from rhythm and flow, and they were able to tie it, and they actually took the lead, and I didn't think we were going to win because a bunch of players fouled out for us, but Mandy came through in the end, and when we needed it, and made a huge bucket for us, and then made a couple key free throws, and we were able to hold on. So.
All right, well, Coach Hansen will be with you for day 1 and day 2, and hopefully day 3 of that tournament, and then next week at State. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for having me, and thanks for covering us.
Well, we were off for just a second on that intro. Sometimes there's some weird audio things, but we are online, and that was Coach Hansen here as we are almost already set for action. 8 minutes up on the clock, first quarter coming your way. Lovell versus Lyman. I've got my starters. I've got to just switch my roster sheet over. We're doing game 2 of 3 in a row here. Big note for Lovell High School in the center, Rhett Partridge, number 24, a junior, 6'4". Got to watch out for that one. Tipping against her, Bryce Hansen, the sophomore for Lyman. Let's see now. I'll get my starters here momentarily, just trying to play a little bit of catch-up. And the opening tip gets a round of applause because Bryce Hansen won it. 5'8" versus 6'4". Here we go. Here's my stats. Here's my starters. And it is Lyman basketball. First possession of the opening quarter. Bryce Hansen with it. Gives off to Mandy Air. Air on the left wing, looking back to Coach Hansen. It is loud in here, so she is looking back for a little bit of instruction. Hadley Gross joined by Bryce Hansen, Mandy Air, Charles C. Rose, and Sage Bradshaw, the starters. Rose loses the ball, goes down to the ground, pick back up, throws it back to Bradshaw. Oh, she's sent to the ground, rejected by Rhett Partridge. That may be a rude awakening for Lyman trying to go into the lane today against the 6'4" junior. Baseline inbound to Mandy Air. She'll take it up with the left hand, throws it wildly, trying to get around Partridge, and it's back to Lovell, their first possession of the game. Now at point guard, you've got a quick 5'10" sophomore for Lovell in the name of Jordan Woodford. You've got to watch out for her. She's the leading scorer for Lovell, and she is really what makes this Lovell offense go. Remind you, this is a team that is on the rise. A steal away, Lyman has Rose up ahead to Bradshaw. First 2 points on the board for Lyman, 2-0 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Now we didn't really get to do any pregame for this contest. Partridge, cherry picking down on the other side, gets a quick 2 in. But this is a Lovell team on the rise. They've won their last 2, and the game before, they took Lovell to the brink, didn't they? This is a team on the rise. You cannot underestimate this as a number 3 seed. Woodford tosses over to the left corner. And now they beat Lander and they beat Powell to close out the season. Down to the short corner, shot up high and in for Lovell. They take a lead. Odessa Lundberg. Now I've got we got a steal. Shot up, missed, put back though by Rail, missed again into the hands of Sage Bradshaw. Wild start to the game, trying to get my starters for Lovell. When I catch my breath, I guess I'll get them. We've got a few of the players listed off though. Lovell is up 4-2. Let me correct my scoreboard there. Charles C. Rose at the top of the key. So for Lovell, we've got Jordan Woodford, Haley Rail, Lauren Mitchell, Odessa Lundberg, and Rhett Partridge, the 6'4" junior. Clock gets its first stoppage at 5:55 left in the first period. 4-2, Lovell on top. Near sideline inbound for Lyman. Bradshaw goes to Bryce Hansen. Woodford, the 5'11" sophomore at point guard. She leads the way scoring. We may be able to get some stats in at some point. Charles C. Rose takes the pass on a give and go backdoor cut. No good. Put up by Bradshaw. She's fouled and headed to the free throw line. Well, now as good as time as we're ever going to get. Let's give a quick comparison look down. Lovell comes in at 4-15, but winners of their last 2, beating Lander. Lander lost today to Pinedale, so they're in consolation as well. And the leading scorer, Jordan Woodford, at 9.6 points per game. Top rebounder, Rhett Partridge. And you cannot discount her shot blocking ability, as we've already seen. The first free throw is good by Sage Bradshaw, so that makes it 4-3 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board with 5 minutes, 39 seconds left in the opening period. Rhett Partridge averages 3.5 blocks per game. Second free throw missed, but Bradshaw collects her own rebound. A quick entry by the senior Nicole Peden and Caroline Bradshaw. Deep three missed from Bryce Hansen. Caroline comes up with the rebound, dribbles up to the top of the key, wildly working around with it, gives it out right wing to twin sister Sage Bradshaw. Out to the left side, Nicole Peden with the basketball on the wing, looking for a passing mate, bounces it to the top of the key. Caroline drives in, shot up and fouled. She goes to the free throw line where sister Sage just was. 4-3 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Caroline makes her first free throw to tie the game. Second shot good as well. Mountain View leads it 5-4 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Full court pressure on for Lyman against Woodford, and a foul comes in at 5:10. First foul, waiting for the signal from the referee. It was on Charles C. Rose. Rose picks up her first. Well, Lovell trying to pull off a straight sweep here, and up early, or down by one early, 5-4 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. The boys just pulled off the shock of the region tournament. 66-51 over number one seeded Mountain View. There's a stoppage in play for the moment as they're checking out the scorebooks. And I think it's the Lovell scorebook being assessed next to the official scores book. That's what it appears to be at the moment. Maybe it's Lyman's. It is Lyman's scorebook. Lovell's holding on to theirs. Now, sometimes when this happens, you'll see free throws come in, maybe if something was entered incorrectly. And a number 5 was just signaled. Oh, that could be, at the beginning of the year, I think Sage Bradshaw was listed as number 5. She hasn't worn number 5 in the varsity season all year long that I can think of. And number 5 should be Hope Sinnott, I believe. Yeah, that's her. Bradshaw, maybe she was number 15. I know that at the beginning of the year what the roster said on the handout sheets that they give you and what was actually happening out on the court was different. And in this first regional matchup, Lyman's hoping. Same numbers being worn. Oh, that's it. Two girls with the same numbers. Which two? Yeah, Hope Sinnott, is she not wearing number 5? Interesting. So there could potentially be two girls wearing the same number. And we will wait and see what the call is. Number 5? Yes. Yeah, throw our number 3, yeah. So there is a technical scores foul as a number error into the book. I think it was probably Sage Bradshaw listed at number 5, because I think she was listed at number 5 at the beginning of the season throughout on the roster, and that's my guess. So her and Sinnott. I don't know, is it the same jersey? Are there two number 5s out there? Because I just see Hope Sinnott. Sorry, I'm having a conversation with Chance Bond to the left of me on the air. No, it's all right. We're trying to figure this out together. We got a long stoppage in play. I think they had a double entrance. I don't think there's two players as I'm looking out with the same jersey, but any advantage in a regional tournament is big, and two free throws could give Lovell back the lead. They trail currently 5-4 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board as Lyman picks up its first foul by way of a technical. Another jersey needs to be retrieved. And now I need to figure out which player has the same jersey. I'm looking down there and, you know, is it, I don't know. I can't tell which player that would be that had the same jersey. But nonetheless, that's the case. Might have been is it Caroline Bradshaw? Did she wear number 5 today? I have her listed in the book as number 3, but she very well could have been number 5. And Hope Sinnott is number 5. That might have been it. Odessa Lundberg at the free throw line. She takes her first technical shot and misses it. I don't see Caroline out on the court right now, so I think perhaps that's the case. Yeah, I don't see her on the bench, so it must have been Caroline that also had number 5, and she will come back in as There was a question if number 5 made both their free throws. That was Caroline, who I had as number 3, but that's just because I make these rosters well ahead of time. So nothing heard outside of the technical, and Caroline has to come out with a wrong jersey number. 5-4 still the score, and we are back underway. Lovell basketball. Woodford has it out to the left wing to Lauren Mitchell. Bounce pass to Odessa Lundberg. She works over to her right side. Woodford has it on the corner. Swipe at by Bryce Hansen. Bounce pass stolen away by Peden. Back Lyman's way. Charles C. Rose on the run. She's been the player outrunning the lanes all season long. Relinquishes as 2 defenders come in and gives it back to Nicole Peden on the right wing. Sage Bradshaw drives baseline, spins around against her defender, finds Bryce Hansen at the elbow. Shot in! 7-4 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Bryce Hansen with 4 points early. Woodford, the speedy sophomore, loses her dribble. Mandier comes away with the on-ball steal. Down to the blocks, Nicole Peden, 1 dribble, turnaround shot, uses the glass, and finds the bottom of the twine. Quick timeout taken, 4:18 left in the opening quarter, and a fist pump in celebration by Coach Jason Hansen. After the technical, it's done nothing but fire up these Lyman Eagles. Back in 30 seconds, Lyman up by 5 over Lovell on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board on a First Bank presentation of Eagles basketball on MyLocalRadio.com and KADQ 98.3.
A common thread no matter where you live in Wyoming is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. And if you ever find yourself broke down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come pick you up day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
9-4 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lovell basketball trailing by 5. Inbound to Woodford. And close to a walk by Lundberg. She tosses it away into the hands of Mandier. Back to Lyman. Nicole Peden with the basketball on the right wing. Jump stop, looks down to Hansen. She gets the ball in good positioning in the low post and delivers with 2 more points on the board. 11-4 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 3:56 left in the opening quarter. Woodford with the basketball and 6 points for Bryce Hansen in this quarter. She stops, looks out to the left side, delivers over to Lauren Mitchell. Bounce pass to Woodford, she's on the corner. Woodford has not scored yet. Lovell been held scoreless since getting 4 of the first 6 points. Another steal, Air tosses up ahead to Bradshaw, back to Air on the left side. No shot, but the foul puts her on the free throw line with 3:34 left. Amanda Mays, the sophomore, 5'7" sophomore for Lovell, one of 2 players about to check in for the Bulldogs. At the free throw line, it's Mandy Air just running that clock down to its prescribed time of 3:34. Mandy Air delivers on the first free throw, so Mays comes in, as does Chevy Jolly for Lovell and for Lyman rather. Just did a Mountain View game. Charles C. Rose and Madison Harris into the contest. First free throw good, and the second as well. Make it 13-4 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Woodford across the timeline on the run, 2-on-1 advantage. Back into the game is the 6'4" post who misses. Rhett Partridge can't get it, but the putback in. And Amanda Mays with a quick offensive output for Lovell. 13-6 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. It has not been put up on this scoreboard though. It's up on ours, but it's not on the one here reflecting the score at Lyman High School. Shot in the lane, hit as she rose up. Hadley Gross to the free throw line. Hadley Gross with 2 points now, or with 2 shots coming up. Now those 6 points on the board for Lovell here at Lyman High School. Gross makes her first free throw. She's been an interesting story throughout the year at the free throw line. She started the season shooting about 25%, then got up to about 32. And let's take a look. Let's see, where is Hadley Gross this week in the free throw percentage? It's become one of our favorite game shows here at MyLocalRadio.com. Gross with the second shot, it misses, and she goes 1 and 2 from the line. She's now at 39%. She's been rising though. I credit her for working on her free throws throughout the season. It's not easy to get that down once it could potentially get into your head. Lovell basketball going from right to left. Woodford into the lane. Partridge, turn back shot, misses short. Rebound over the back called against Charles C. Rose. And number 2 against Rose, by my understanding. She picked up a foul earlier in the game, but I guess that first one was actually against Hansen. It was taken away from Rose and given to Hansen later on. That was about the time the technical foul came in. They came in and corrected that foul. So still just the first on Charlesea. Baseline inbound upcoming. Woodford, the trigger man for Lovell, looks down low to Mays. She turns around, right block over the head of Hadley Gross, or Hope Sinnott rather. That's the problem. They gave Hope Sinnott Caroline's jersey. That's my issue. Hope Sinnott ties the ball up at the possession arrow with Lovell. So they got to retrieve the number 3 jersey, which Caroline Bradshaw's been wearing most of the year, to my understanding, I think. Yeah, because Hope's been 5 all year. And now Hope in the regional game is number 3. Amanda Mays is fouled as she rises against Sinnott. Foul's called on the ground. Clock at 2:40. First foul against Hope. I guess it was probably easier to switch out for Hope as she had not already appeared in the game. I think that's probably the rule. Not a referee, but I would imagine that's the case. Lyman doing well in opening quarter. Amanda Mays for Lovell puts 2 more on the board, though. She's got 4 quick points off the bench, and it's 14-8. Lyman on top of Lovell on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Throw by Bradshaw is long and over the head of Hadley Gross and out of bounds. Back to Lovell. They trail by 8 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. First quarter action. Full court trap employed by Lyman. Quickly broken up ahead and tossed out of bounds. Caroline Bradshaw nearly came away with the steal. The pass was intended for Callie Owens. Bradshaw got a hold of it and then tried to tiptoe that baseline and saved the ball. She tossed it up and hit the backboard, though, the back of the backboard. That's an automatic out of bounds. Woodford looking to inbound for Lovell. Finds Owens, back out to Woodford. She's on the left corner, up top, 3 ball by Jolly is off to the right. Race down the rebound. Caroline Bradshaw came away with it, now working it on the near sideline. And a blocked foul called. No, she just stepped out of bounds. No foul, just good defense ruled by the refs. And Caroline stepped out on the near sideline. Lovell in the blue jerseys. Should mention Lyman in the white. Not that you can see, but just to set the scene here a little bit. Didn't have much time to do any of that here as we were switching streams right over from the Mountain View game. Mays trying to get 6 points in the opening quarter. Misses on the baseline jumper from 8 feet away. Rebound picked up by Harris, and she goes tumbling down to the ground, loses the ball, and is back to Lovell. A baseline inbound with 1:53 left in the first quarter. Rhett Partridge gets subbed in and out pretty quickly. She has a left knee brace, signifying a likely knee injury in past years. She is a junior, averaging about 9 and 8 on the season and 3.8 blocks on the year as well. Woodford looking to inbound, tosses it up high, just into the hands there of Amy Newman. Newman out to Mays on the blocks, misses short, straight up and down defense, forced the miss there by Caroline Bradshaw. Rebounded by Peden, pushing the tempo up forward. Bradshaw looks to Mays, or looks to Air, but is taken away by Partridge. 6'4" is hard to get over, and Air was behind her. Woodford out to the right wing, back to Woodford, open at the corner for 3. Bryce Hansen quickly closes that gap. One dribble, a shot up, missed, out of bounds, last touch by Lovell. Back to Lyman on the play. 14-8 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lyman on top of Lovell, 6-point lead for the Lady Eagles. The boys will be up after this. It's Lyman versus Worland, 2 versus 3 to close out day 1 of regionals. Bryce Hansen with the basketball, pressured in the full court. She's got Newman right by her. Toss up ahead. Mays tips the ball out of the passing lanes. Back to Lovell. Credit that steal to Mays. Mays has it on the left wing. Dribbles with her right hand, tosses back over to Newman rather. Down low, looking for Owens. It's out of bounds, knocked out by Nicole Peden. Clock stops at 1:02 left in the first period. Amanda Mays checks out for Lovell. And in for her is Odessa Lundberg, one of the starters back in. Owens takes the ball right under the hoop. Fouled as she goes up. It's either Bradshaw or Rose. 2 shots signaled. And the foul on 1-4. Maybe 1-3 rather. Now it's on 1-4. Who's 1-4? That's Sage Bradshaw. Her first. And the first free throw made by Callie Owens. 14-9 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Callie Owens, a 5'6" freshman for the 4-win Lovell Bulldogs. But keep in mind their last 3 games, the last 2 have been wins. And the third one before that, they nearly took down Worland. 53 seconds left as Owens goes 1 of 2 from the free throw stripe. It's 14-9 Lyman. Timeout taken by Coach Hansen as Lyman was struggling in the backcourt. There are 48 seconds left in the first quarter. And it's a 14-9 lead for Lyman over Lovell in the opening round of the 3A West Regional Tournament. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com and KADQ 98.3.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
14-9 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board late in the first quarter. 48 seconds to go. Lyman basketball up by 5 over the third seeded Lovell Bulldogs. Lyman in number 2 after losing a week ago on their home court to the Mountain View Buffs, who advanced to the semifinals with a blowout win over Powell this morning. Bryce Hansen for Lyman at the top of the key, misses a 3-ball. Rebounded by Air. Goes up against Partridge, thinks better of it, goes back to Bradshaw, who drops in a 2 from mid-range. Well, another 2-ball by Sage Bradshaw. She's got 3 points in the game. 20 seconds left in the opening quarter. Full court pressure for Lyman. It's Amy Newman racing across from the far sideline. Tosses it over the timeline to Partridge, who tosses it away into the hands of Peden. 8 seconds left. Across the timeline, Hansen stops at the left wing to Bradshaw. Drives into the paint, finds a wide open Charles C. Rose with 1 second left. And the quarter ends with 2 more on the board for Lyman. They head into the Reese Auto Service second period, doubling up Lovell. 18-9 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball live from the 3A West Regional Tournament on KADQ 98.3 and online at MyLocalRadio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Second quarter action about to begin live from Lyman High School. It's the Eagles of Lyman up 18-9 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board over Lovell. Mandy Air works down low against Amanda Mays. She's on the blocks, trapped, looks outside to Bradshaw, then to Sage Bradshaw. 2 steps and a floating shot just over Partridge. She goes tumbling down to the ground. Shot missed, and Lovell headed the other way. Woodford out to the left corner, tosses back to Woodford from the pass to the corner. She'll dribble to the top of the key. 7:35 left, so just the beginning of the Reese Auto Service second period. Reese there for you from any engine as small as a lawnmower or as big as a big semi-diesel. Reese Auto Service in Lyman, Wyoming. Just got a text from our producers. Thank you to everyone running the board for us today. We've got a ton of games going on in this regional tournament between Elin out at the 4A West in Evanston and me with 4 games here today in Lyman. Alyssa, AJ, and Val, thank you to everyone keeping us on the air and letting us know if we're not, I guess. 7:13 left. Hadley Gross to Hope Sinnott wearing number 3 today after that first quarter technical foul. They had 2 number 5 jerseys. 7:05 left in the opening period, 18-9. Caroline Bradshaw, today's number 5, with the basketball. Over to Sage, then to Hadley Gross, out to the left side. Sinnott with a triple, good! Hope Sinnott with a 3-ball. How many is that on her for the year? That is number 1. She's 1 of 3 on the season. And that's why you never count out any player or any team. Steal away, Caroline misses the layup. Hadley Gross and Bradshaw run into each other, and Bradshaw upset after that missed free throw. They rule it as a 2. Oh, come on, let's have some fun here. It was a foot on the line or just over, so Hope still looking for that first 3-ball of the year. That's just her 5th field goal of the season in all. Came in 4 of 18, now 5 of 19. 6:41 left in the second period, 20-9 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Hanson goes to work down low. Good defense by the 5'11 sophomore point guard Woodford, coming away with the block steal combo. Woodford on the run, hands off to the left side, 3-ball up and drop it down, Odessa Lundberg. That is a 3, they count that right away. 12 points for Lovell. They trail Lyman by 8 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 3-ball tried by Hanson, no good. Sinnott had it, ripped out of her hands by Mays. 2-on-1 advantage. I don't know if Mays sees it though. A block foul comes in first against Bryce Hanson. I have that as Bryce's second, 6th team foul for Lyman. No, it's their 7th team foul. Mandy Air checks in for Lyman, as does Callie Owens for Lovell. Hanson out with 2 fouls. Sage Bradshaw makes a late entrance as well for Lovell. It is Lauren Mitchell taking a seat. Hope Sinnott, the player, replaced by Bradshaw on the Lyman side. 1-and-1 free throws for Amanda Mays. Have to assume there's some familial relation between her and the Mays playing in the game before. It's not a big town of Lovell. Slightly bigger than its neighbor to the north or east, west, whatever it is, Cowley, Wyoming. Out to the left side, Hadley Gross into the lane, up top, and Madison Harris up high, uses the glass, and good. Madison Harris with the 2-pointer. We'll say what you will about Cowley, Wyoming. They probably have the best baseball field in the state. It's a beautiful scene out there. Turnover on the Lovell side. Back to Sage Bradshaw running with it. Out to Harris, just grabbed. Left wing, Mandy Air with the basketball. 5:38 left in the period. The Reese Auto Service second period. Air directing some offensive traffic here. Dribbling from right to left at the top of the key. Now drives in to the left side. Step back against Partridge. It's high and it's in. You got to create a little bit of space when you're 5'10" going up against 6'4". And that's exactly what Mandy Air did. A bucket for her is her second of the game. 24-12 with 5:12 left in the Reese Auto Service second period. Out to the left side, Lundberg already hit 1-3. She tries another, and it's good just like the last. Odessa Lundberg with 8 points in the game. Bradshaw on the run, hit from behind and from the front. I think it goes against Odessa Lundberg. Clock stops at 4:59. Foul is on Odessa indeed. 8 points for Lundberg. Mentioned that, 2 triples. On the season, she's averaging about 5 per game, 4.4 in the contest. 2 free throws for Sage. The first one is in, and then it rattles right out. So the score stays the same. Lyman on top, 24-15 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Hadley Gross checks out of the game, as does Mandy Air. Charles C. Rose in, and Nicole Peden, or Caroline Bradshaw, I think, came in for her. Second free throw misses, and the rebound into the hands of Charles C. Rose, uses the glass, and the window is kind. 26-15, 4 points for Charles C. Rose. A stolen inbound, Sage Bradshaw with that steal. Caroline has it on the right wing for the Lyman Eagles. 4:44 left. Nicole Peden turns around on the right block, finds Madison Harris. She steps through a defender, gives it to Bradshaw, 2 hands as she rolls through the lane, misses her shot, grabs her own board. Charles C. Rose out to the right wing. Pass knocked out of bounds. It was originally touched by Lovell, but then grabbed by Caroline Bradshaw. That was a grab by Callie Owens, and then it went into the hands of Caroline and out of bounds of the Lovell bench. 26-15 with 4:32 left in the second period. Brought to you by Reese Auto Service. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball taking on Lovell in the region tournament on MyLocalRadio.com.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
4:32 left in period number 2, brought to you by Reese Auto Service. Reese Auto Service, give them a call at 6. Excuse me, not 6. Let's try that again. Give them a call at 747-6450. The trusted mechanics at Reese can work on any engine, large or small, in Lyman, Wyoming. And Lyman, Wyoming High School doing pretty good here in this round 1 game. The girls, number 2 from the Southwest against number 3 from the Northwest, Lovell. High pass for Lovell goes into the hands of Chevy Jolly. She races with it from the right wing to the corner, takes a mid-ranger shot up, hits the back iron, no good. Caroline Bradshaw with the rebound, but she's trapped. Races forward and tosses it up ahead to Harris, to Bradshaw, then to Rose on the right block. Foul comes in, and 4:14 left. Charles C. Rose is headed to the free throw line. Rose with 2 shots upcoming. Charles C. is always the player Lyman's looking for in the fast break. She's always racing down. She must be a track star. I don't know if she runs track, but she's always the first person down the court, or maybe she just got the best instincts, but nonetheless, on top of that, she also finishes at a high rate on those shots. It's rare to see her miss that as she did, even when getting fouled. 1 shot made for Lyman out of 2 for Charles C., and it is 27-15 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Woodford takes the basketball across the timeline for Lovell. Owens tosses down low to Mays. She goes up against the double team, misses it. Rose comes away with the board. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Owens pushes Rose. They continue to let him play. Peden across the timeline into the lane. Floating shot off the glass. Good. A whistle blown, and hold on a tick. An offensive foul takes away the would-be make of Nicole Pedens. Instead, it's a foul on Nicole. First on Nicole, and the 8th team foul for Lyman. However, because it is an offensive foul, there are no free throws shot. Clock stopped at 3:52 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board in the Reese Auto Service second period. Woodford across the timeline, racing on the far sideline, and a block foul comes in against Hadley Gross, who is shading Woodford. That is free throws for Jordan. She has not scored yet today, so a chance to do so here. 27-15, Lyman up by 12 over Lovell. Woodford takes the basketball from the referee at the free throw line. 2 dribbles up into the air. Early lane entry by Gross is called, so the miss is negated, and she gets another chance. Hadley entered in close to a quarter to a half second too early as Woodford was rising, but the ball had certainly not left her hands. Second shot is good, so Woodford earns another. 27-16 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Woodford looks back to Amanda Mays and Rhett Partridge at the midcourt and backcourt. Barks out some instructions and then hits her second free throw. A substitution was called, but the inbound came a little soon for Lyman, so they stopped the clock to allow the sub to enter. Odessa Lundberg checks back in for Callie Owens. Charles C. Rose to inbound, full court pressure for Lovell. Air has the basketball. Looks out near side to Rose. Racing across, nearly across the timeline to the middle of the court, passes to Mandy. Press broken. Now about the half court set. Charles C. Rose gets it off to Hadley Gross on the right wing, and a travel by Hadley turns the basketball back over to Lovell. Lyman with an advantage right now of 10 points and a comfortable lead, but certainly not in total control of this basketball game. They'll need to continue to grind this one out. Lovell showing that they indeed are an improved team off of that 4-win season. And 4 wins, 5 wins. The Lovell boys just showed how many wins it takes to take an opening round game. Just 5 apparently. In less than that, they undid a 16-5 Mountain View boys season with a 15-point victory. Elbow shot up by Lundberg. She's already hit 2 triples and adds another field goal for good measure. 27-19 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lovell down by 8 points. Lundberg with 10 points in the game now. 27-19 the score. Bradshaw looks down low, overthrows Bryce Hansen into the hands of Woodford. Fancy little behind the back dribble by Woodford. She jump stops out to Lundberg, then to Woodford. Head fake, drives baseline, looks back, bounce pass back to Amanda Mays. She'll drive against Rose. Double team comes in, tries to deliver it to Partridge, but Hadley Gross takes it away. Pass forward to Sage Bradshaw. Fakes a cross over to the left, continues it right, tosses into the lane to Rose, but a foul preempts that. Push out by Amanda Mays. Take that away. It was number 12 instead. Amy Newman with the foul, her first. Puts Sage Bradshaw at the free throw line with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period, brought to you by Reese Auto Service. We've got one more game after this contest. It's the Lyman Eagles boys trying to pull off the second upset. Well, really, maybe you could say the third upset of the tournament, as Pinedale getting Lander on the girls' side. I'd say that one was an upset as well. Lander was playing very well. They knocked off Worland to finish off the regular season, 52-39. Bradshaw hits her first free throw, misses her second. Peden chases down the board. Trapped on the near sideline, tosses it out of bounds. Well, tosses it towards Caroline Bradshaw. Ball knocked out of bounds by Jordan Woodford. Stays with Lyman. 2:24 left. Caroline Bradshaw has the basketball. Toss to the left wing, shot up from distance. Bryce misses short. Rebound win off the hands of Mandy Ayer and into the hands of Jordan Woodford. Delivers it out to the right corner, then down low to Partridge. Can't handle the pass. Nicole Peden and Mandy Ayer with the steal. 2:06 left in the second period. And a long pass out of bounds intended for Bryce Hansen. Gives it back to Lovell. 2:03 left in the first half. 28-19 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Jordan Woodford across the timeline, just walking it. Now starts to jog as she does go across that jump circle. Pass to Odessa Lundberg. She's on the right corner, tries to find some space against Hansen. Tosses it to Partridge. She just collects the ball and delivers with 2. So here we go. Like I said, the game in control. Lyman, yes, they've got a good lead, but certainly not controlling and in control of this game and the decision. A 7-point differential on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Partridge with 4 points in the game, a missed 3-ball for Hansen. Rebounded by Peden, a 3-ball tried by Caroline, no good. Sage chases down that board. Back to Caroline on the left wing, looking down low to Hansen. Fronted by Woodford, the steal for Woodford, and Lyman is on defense. Toss out of bounds and just a silly overthrow there to Haley Rail. I'm not sure.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone.
(28-21) on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board in the second quarter, brought to you by Reese Auto Service. The Lyman Lady Eagles on top of Lovell here by 7 with 72 seconds left in the third period. 1:14. They make it 1:12 left. Time to run that clock on down a couple of seconds. Lyman basketball going from left to right here in half number 1. Caroline Bradshaw to Mandy Ayer at the jump circle. She's guarded there pretty tightly. At the top by Haley Rail, the sophomore who got the start, and a block foul comes in against Rail as Ayer was driving to her left out toward the wing. Shooting fouls, 1 and 1 for Mandy Ayer, who has 4 points in the game. Second foul against Haley Rail, and first trip to the free throw line for Mandy. 57 seconds left in the Reese Auto Service second period. Ayer misses on her free throw attempt. Back to Lovell. Woodford on the right sideline, guarded by Bradshaw. Caroline comes in, as does Mandy, to double team. Lundberg passes it up, and a quick swing around to the left side. Lauren Mitchell looks down to Partridge, then to the free throw line. Odessa misses just long, comes away with her own rebound. Turns around, right block, loses the dribble as she's going up for a layup. Out to Woodford, back to three. The ball is up and misses just long by Amy Newman. Sage Bradshaw comes away with that rebound. 27 seconds left. Air, then to Bradshaw. Shot forced up, but the foul comes in, puts Caroline at the line. By the reaction of Amy Newman, I have to assume that's against her, and it is her second foul. Caroline Bradshaw's second trip to the line. She went 2 of 2. And that was the origin of the technical foul for the book entry, as they noticed that she was wearing number 5, and so was Hope Sinnott on the bench. Since, Hope has changed to jersey number 3. Bradshaw makes her first free throw, 29-21 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Second free throw misses. Lovell ball. Rebounded by Lundberg. Bounce pass up ahead into the hands of Mitchell on the left corner. Then to Woodford. She has just 2 points in the quarter, ended the game. Tossed down low, looking for Partridge. Fronted, and no dice. Knocked out of bounds by Mandy Air. Hadley Gross was behind Rhett Partridge, but it does stay Lyman's way. 10.8 seconds left in the Reese Auto Service second period. Toss up high. Newman has the basketball. Collected, and a quick foul comes in on the bump of the body by Sage. 10th team foul for Lyman puts Newman at the free throw line for 2 on Sage Bradshaw's second foul. Bryce Hansen's been sitting the last half of this second period, brought to you by Reese Auto Service, because she picked up her second foul, and Coach Hansen, her father, has seen this play out before, and they know what happens. We're going to put you in for an offense, a last offensive possession. We're not going to risk getting you another foul. See what you can do on a last shot here. First free throw missed by Newman. She has one more. Dribbles 3 times, one more. Exaggerated drop down, and then the shot up is missed. Hadley Gross comes away with the board. She tumbles down to the ground. 4 seconds left, and a jump ball called. Possession arrow is with Lovell. 2.3 on the clock, and an 8-point lead for Lyman over Lovell on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. To get Bryce Hansen out, and I would assume, get her out and don't give her any chance for a final second foul. Caroline Bradshaw replaces Bryce with 2 fouls. Odessa Lundberg, the inbounder for Lovell, giving out some instructions for her offense. And there was 6 players on the court. I think that was the instruction was, hey, get off the court. Odessa to inbound. Finds Woodford. 2 seconds. Toss up to Lundberg. Gets it off before the buzzer. And it's no good. 29-21. Lyman leads it over Lovell after 2 quarters of play on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. An 11-point quarter for Lyman compared to a 12-point quarter for Lovell. Lovell trying to climb back into this game. They're within 8, trying to get closer. Lyman trying to get control back and also trying to work around just a hair of foul trouble. 10 minutes on the clock before the start of the second half. We'll give you the halftime report when we return on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com and on the radio at KADQ 98.3 FM.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Toronto Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
At the half here, Lyman leads Lovell in the girls basketball contest, the final girls game of day one of the 3A West Regional Tournament. 29-21, Lyman over Lovell, and balanced scoring attack by the Lyman Eagles as they're wont to do. 8 players have got involved in the first half. 6 points by Bryce Hansen, 5 from Charles C. Rose. Should be mentioned that both of those players sitting with 2 fouls. 4 points from Mandy Ayr, Sage Bradshaw with 4. 3 by Caroline Bradshaw and Hope Sinnott. 2 by Madison Harris and 1 from Hadley Gross. On the Lovell side, 10 from Odessa Lundberg, including 2 big threes, trying to keep her team in the game. 2 players with 4 points, Rhett Partridge and Manda Mays. 2 points by Jordan Woodford and 1 from Callie Owens gets you to the 21 total that they have. Well, we should mention one more game, and it'll be on the same stream, but it'll also, you'll see another YouTube post up. You can watch it on either one. I'm just doing that for the ease of the viewer and the ease of our board operators back home. So the archive will have both Lyman games in a row, but in case someone comes in, they weren't looking for the girls game and they're wondering where Lyman Worland is, a new stream should be popping up shortly, or maybe it already did on mylocalradio.com. I'll take a look at that, and it'll say number 2 Worland versus number 3 Lyman. It is up now. Both of those streams, you can watch what's happening right now live. It's already 3 minutes past the top of the hour. It is 8:03 p.m. The final game was scheduled to start at 8:30. We're a little bit behind, and those are not happy words for my thoughts, especially as I'm looking at a consolation game. I guess it's not that early, but there's early consolation games on Saturday morning, and we potentially could have another late game tomorrow night. Lyman and Worland doing battle on the boys' side after this. Lyman is a dangerous team that has played a lot of teams close, has struggled, admittedly, in late game situations. They've struggled putting it all together when it finally matters, but there's no doubt about it. This Lyman team can play with anyone in the state, including their opponent tonight, Worland, and we'll see that game coming after the conclusion of this contest. We'll take a break and then take a look at our brackets on the girls and boys sides as we have them. Looking forward to tomorrow and beyond in the 3A West Regional Tournament, live from Lyman High School on KADQ 98.3 FM in Evanston and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you're like me, the Wyoming State Basketball Tournament is something you mark on your calendar every year. Hi, I'm Jake Hibbert, host of the Wyoming Prep Podcast.
And I'm Elin Olive, host of The Pitchfork.
Together, we're set to bring you the best of state basketball coverage this year. Join us on Wednesday, March 11th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on mylocalradio.com for the Wyoming Prep Podcast State Preview Show. Elin and I will have some of the biggest names in Wyoming basketball joining us as we break down the 3A and 4A girls and boys brackets. You can also listen live on KNYN 99.1 FM or listen to it after the show's already aired by downloading it from the Wyoming Prep Podcast. Wednesday, March 11th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on mylocalradio.com or anytime archived. It's the 3A, 4A State Basketball Preview Show. You won't want to miss it.
Whatever you need need, it's likely that Bradshaw's and Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. Our company specializes in fire damage restoration, mold inspection, remediation and testing, flood cleanup, and biohazardous cleanup services. We complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Safety is our highest priority, and once we've completed your job, we ensure your home or business will again be a safe place to occupy. Call me, Chase, at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
2 minutes and 20 seconds until the start of second half action. Let's take a look now at the brackets as they have been updated. It'll give me just a half a second here to re-update those. I've been keeping up with them and give you the digital copies so you can keep track of when your games will be. We know that Mountain View on the girls' side, as we'll pull those up first, will be in the semifinal game tomorrow morning. Or not tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, against number 3 Pinedale, who pulled off a 43-35 upset over Lander in the second girls contest of the day. Mountain View rolled over Powell 46-30 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. So at 4 o'clock tomorrow, Mountain View takes on Pinedale for a right to play in the regional women's championship match at 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. And then on the boys' side, we'll take a look at that in just a second. Right now, Lyman up 29-21 over Lovell. If they win that game, they're on the other side of the bracket. So it's not ruled out. We could have a Mountain View Lyman championship in region. How fun would that be right here at Lyman High School? They are up right now over Lovell, 29-21. If they win, they will take on Worland, which defeated Big Piney 64-53 in the contest before the Mountain View Lovell boys game. Now let's take a look at the bracket for the boys. As Big Piney and Lander 1 and 2 from the Southwest and Northwest will take on each other at 7 p.m. in the nightcap game, the penultimate nightcap game, I guess. Late games going on here. 7 p.m. is not even the latest contest of the day. Lander and Big Piney, and then Lovell awaits either Lyman or Worland. That's the late game, which will get underway sometime between 8:30 and 9 p.m., we presume. Winner of that takes on Lovell. The loser takes on Mountain View at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. The loser bracket game for the boys, the first loser bracket game is at 10:30 a.m. Powell versus Pinedale. Another look over at the girls bracket. 9 a.m. is the first loser bracket game. It's Powell versus Lander, a 4 versus a 2. So we're looking for our final placements in both the winners and losers brackets in these final two contests. Mountain View on the girls' side in the semifinals. On the boys' side in the losers bracket and facing elimination and yet another extended drought from a state tournament berth. Surely with a 6-0 conference record, this Mountain View team seemed poised to at least be in the semifinals and be fighting for a position in that championship round. But just like that, that hope is gone, and now you are in survive and advance mode to get into state and test your luck from there. Third quarter starts for Mountain View, or for Lyman and Lovell in the third quarter. Lyman basketball down low. Mandier backs away against Partridge. Then back up top to Bryce Hansen. She drives in against her defender. And a travel called out of the break against Hansen. We should say as well for the boys' side, a 3 or 4 seed is not a death sentence on the western side. The strength really appears to be on the west. So if you're in on the west, there's no 1 seed, 2 seed that you have to necessarily worry about. Now certainly a 3 or a 4 is going to be an easier seeding. But the top teams from the west, as they played out this year, have been the top teams in the state in 3A boys basketball. So Mountain View, like we said, in survive and advance mode, but not dead from consideration. Now, if you're looking on the 4A West side, on the boys, you want a 1 spot. Otherwise, you're looking at playing a behemoth on the east. On the west side, really? You guys are the behemoths. Missed long 2 ball by Charles C. Rose, rolls out of bounds off the hands of Hadley Gross. And Lovell setting up to take its first possession of the third period. Long pass over the hands of Partridge, and Charles C. Rose comes away with the, I guess you could call it a steal. She really was the only one to hold on to the pass, though. Went right past Partridge. Spin around to get some space for Sage Bradshaw. She's fouled, and the first quick foul. That goes against number 21, Lauren Mitchell, for Lovell. Her first. Clock stopped at 7:20 in the third period, and Mandy Ayer goes up out of the timeout, or out of the inbound from Bryce Hansen. Misses the shot from the left blocks, but headed to the free throw line. Just 1 second coming off the clock, and the foul comes in against Callie Owens. Odessa Lundberg, who started the game but did not start the third quarter, checks in for Rhett Partridge. First free throw missed by Ayer. 4 points in the quarter for Mandy, or 4 points in the game for Mandy. Apologies for all my misspeakings from here on out. My brain appears to have gone to jello. 30-21, Ayer makes her second. Far sideline, across the timeline from left to right. Odessa Lundberg at the top of the key. Passes back to Woodford. Woodford over to the right side, back to Lundberg. Gets some space baseline. Double team comes in between her and guarded by Hansen and Gross. Picked up by Mitchell. Tosses it just outside to Odessa. Up top, Woodford with the basketball. Long three, no good. Comes away with her own board. Drives into the left paint and misses everything on that as well. Callie Owens shoots it over the backboard and out of bounds. And I think it may have been touched by, it was grazed by a Lyman player. Oh, big upset news. Cody Bronx have upset the Evanston Red Devil boys 55-45. Just got word from Elon Olive doing games over in Evanston. That's right up there with the upset that we just saw here of Mountain View being knocked off by Lovell. Down into the blocks, turn around, Lovell with the basketball out to Odessa Lundberg. Then swing around, Woodford at the left wing. She's been hesitant to shoot today. Odessa for a triple. She's had the hot hand, and it continues. 30-24. Don't count out these Lovell Bulldogs yet. Lovell's had pretty good luck so far today against Uinta County teams. The boys winning by 15 over Mountain View. On the left wing, it's Hadley Gross looking into the blocks. Mandy Ayer backs up against Odessa, then drives baseline. Goes off for the races, stepped out of bounds, but it was not a block, just out of bounds. Mandy comes up a little lame. She is limping a little bit on her right side. Doesn't look to be anything too serious, though. Clock at 6:08. Caroline Bradshaw into the game along with Sage Bradshaw. They're the backbone of that 1-2-2 press. Throw it over the head, and you got the two most athletic girls on the court back to try to get a steal. They overthrow, Lovell does, on the inbound, looking for Rhett Partridge, and it'll just go back to Lyman. 30-24 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lyman basketball. Sage Bradshaw to the right of her own hoop, inbounding for Lyman. Looks for Hansen. No, goes to Ayer. Shot up off the glass, no good. Ayer gets her own board and some space against Partridge. Delivers with a two. Credit to Mandy Ayer at 5'10". She's really more of a natural wing, but she was put more into a post position playing position this year. She's athletic, an athletic post, and she's going against a 6'4" junior and doing pretty well against it. A jump ball was what Mandy Ayer wanted the call to be, but instead it's a foul against Bryce Hansen. That's her third. What does Coach Hansen do here? Bryce stays in for the moment. 5:55 left in the third period. Jordan Woodford beats the press, one man. Up ahead to Partridge. She missed the open shot. And then Caroline Bradshaw nearly came away with a block. Manda with the put in. Took a couple of tries, but Lovell gets a two-pointer in. Manda Mays with the bucket, and she has 6. 5:38 left in the third period. 32-26, Lyman leading Lovell. This is a quarterfinal game, trying to get into the semis tomorrow against Worland. A travel called off the first step of Sage Bradshaw, driving from the left wing into the paint. Gives it to Lovell, 32-26. Jordan Woodford with the basketball, walking across. Expect her to start to jog a little bit as she crosses the timeline. That's exactly what she does. Then starts to run the offense out to the right wing. It's to Chevy Jolly. She's trapped by Bradshaw, then to Woodford. Bounce pass taken away by Peden. Nicole Peden with the steal. She jumped right in front of Callie Owens there. Still with the dribble, Nicole going coast to coast. The layup is good. The senior post player shows off her offensive skills as well. It's 34-26 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board with 5 minutes and 2 seconds left in the third period. And this is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on KADQ 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Back here, third quarter action. Lovell basketball. Woodford, one-woman press job, misses. Put back by Owens. A fourth foul against Bryce Hansen. She pleads to the ref. Says, please don't give me a fourth. And the ref walks to the scorer's table and does just that. 34-26. 4:55 left. Coach Hansen appealing to the referee, asking for an explanation, and the referee says he hit her, or she hit her on the bottom of the palm. That warrants an eye roll from the head coach of this Lyman Eagles team. First free throw missed by Callie Owens. Coach would tell you that's because the ball don't lie. One more shot for Callie. How does this change things? About 11 minutes left in the game, and the point guard and really floor general out for the foreseeable future. 0 for 2 trip by Owens. And a foul, I think, on Lovell, or maybe an early lane entry. No, it was a foul on Amanda Mays, her second. Or no, her first. 4:51 left, and the clock starts to go again. A travel called on the inbound for Mandy Eyre. A little bit of infighting with the Lyman Eagles after that play. Clock stopped at 4:59, or 4:49. And Lovell with some life down single digits. Woodford inbounds to Lundberg. She has it on the right wing. Up to the top. It's Chevy Jolly working around against Bradshaw. Hands off to Woodford. Open in space. 10-foot jumper misses off to the left wildly. Peden had the board. Ruled out of bounds, and on the baseline, it looks like Nicole Peden stepped out of bounds on the baseline. 4:39 left in the third period. Some big upsets on day one of regionals. Mountain View is lost on the boys' side, a number 1 dropping to a number 4. Lander lost to Pinedale on the girls' side. And over at the 4A side, Evanston, a number 2, lost to Cody by 10 points. 4:33 and ticking away. Woodford out on the left corner to Lundberg. The 3 ball is no good. Too long. Caroline Bradshaw with the rebound. And then she lost the basketball. She had it in her hands. Nobody defending her. Dribbled it off of her knee pad. 4:23 left, and 34-26 the score on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Jordan Woodford inbounding to the far right of the sideline. The sophomore tosses it up high for Jolly. She just catches it. Caroline tied on the defense. Reach in foul for against Caroline. That stops play. Caroline, is that just her first? 4:20 left in the third period. No signal of there was a foul I thought called. Yeah, there had to be a foul. No, it was just tipped out of bounds. No foul. Amanda Mays has her pass stolen away by Bradshaw. Caroline racing up in front. Woodford takes the pass away, but right back to Sage. And 2 points on the board. Sage essentially assisted herself on that play, racing forward in the fast break. Down to 4 minutes, and then Nicole Peden steal. 2 more points on the board for Lyman. And with their floor general and Bryce Hansen sitting on the bench with 4 fouls, Lyman's on a 4-0 run and up by 12. 3:54 left in the third period. We'll have boys action following this contest of Lyman and Worland. Steal away again. Sage Bradshaw takes it forward to Mandier. It was knocked out by Woodford, though. So it stays with Lyman. 3:45 left in the period. Woodford checks out. She's replaced by Mitchell. Lauren Mitchell into the game for Lovell. Inbound from Bradshaw to the left wing. Mandier works to her right. Mitchell stabs at the basketball first on the right side, then the left. Zone defense comes in against Hope Sinnott. And then Nicole Peden at the top of the key. Bounce pass over to Mandier. She gets Manda Mays caught up in the air, falls to the ground, and she's driving in. Bounce pass just out to Hope Sinnott. Then to the free throw line. Nicole Peden fakes a shot. Opens up Caroline for a three. It's up and long, but a foul puts Bradshaw at the line for 3 shots. Sometimes Caroline Bradshaw's facial expressions just, they make me laugh, and then sometimes they confuse me. Bradshaw got the foul in her favor, and then I looked at her, and she looked just upset that she was headed to the free throw line. She misses her first shot. Nonetheless, and whatever it is, Caroline Bradshaw is certainly a very expressive player out onto the court. Early lane entry, but Caroline makes the shot, so they don't call it. Or it was just in time, I suppose, by Manda Mays. And Mays is actually getting some instruction from the referee about not coming in too early. Or actually on that foul, I think was the call there, saying you got to let her land safely. 39-26 as Bradshaw goes 1 of 3 from the free throw line. On the Lovell side, a foul on the ground against Bradshaw, I believe, sends Lauren Mitchell to the stripe. It is against, it's against number 3. That's normally Bradshaw, but that's Hope Sinnott today. 3:14 on the clock. Foul on the ground. Odessa Lundberg. Bounce pass inbound to Partridge. Back to Lundberg as Odessa picked it up down low into Partridge, and it was caught by Partridge on the ground. She had to reach down and get it as the ball was kind of swiped out of Odessa's hands. Partridge with 6 points in the game. 3 minutes to play in the third period. An 11-point game. Lyman on top of Lovell, 39-28 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Caroline to Sage. Lyman basketball going from right to left in the second half. Free throw line pass to Peden. She likes her 15-foot range, goes high off the glass against Partridge. No good. Long rebound into the hands of Caroline. That was an effective shot. When you're guarded by 6'4", you got to put a lot of loft on it, and that's what Nicole did. And as a result, the shot went a little bit long. Hope Sinnott has it on the right corner. Bounce pass looking for Harris. It's out of bounds, and last touch by Callie Owens. Clock stops at 2:30 left in the third period. 39-28 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lyman on top of Lovell. Sage Bradshaw dribbles to the right corner, then to the free throw line, finds Caroline. She drives in, double team, tripped up, and no foul called there. Odessa was just incidental contact, a travel. On a weak pass ahead for Lauren Mitchell. The double team came in as she was racing with it up the near sideline. I guess I'd say more of a trap, and that led her to try to bounce pass it forward. It was headed into the hands of Nicole Peden, but she stutter-stepped as she did that and draws the travel call. 2:20 left in the third period, 39-28 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Sage Bradshaw out to Charles C. Rose on the right wing. Pop up to the top, give it to Caroline, then to the Sage on the left wing. Double team against that zone, comes in. Nicole Peden goes against the defense, then dishes out left corner to Madison Harris. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Open on the blocks. The pass received by Harris, but the late rejection by Partridge was clean, but she swiped against Harris as she came down, and they'll rule that as part of the shooting motion, sending Madison Harris to the free throw line. Harris on the season as the free throw has not shot too many times. She's 33%. Kind of a skewed number. More accurately, she's 4 of 12 at the stripe this year. Now 4 of 13 as she misses her first. Clock stopped at 1:57 left in the third period. 2 points for Madison in the game. Bryce Hansen continues to sit on the bench with 4 fouls for Lyman. Her team with an 11-point lead, though. Harris goes 0 of 2 from the stripe. Woodford over to Lundberg. Corner 3, it's up and just a bit short. Would have been the third for Lundberg today. 39-28, Lyman basketball with an 11-point lead. Charles C. Rose races past Partridge, beat her off the dribble, and an open layup for Rose. Fancy move got the junior in the air, and then Charlesea went to work, racing forward. Lovell basketball, Woodford forward to Partridge, tied up, and a jump ball called, possession arrow Lovell. 41-28 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lyman doing just fine without their floor general, point guard Bryce Hansen, and this year's Flaming Gorge three-point champion. On the bench with 4 fouls, Woodford tosses up high to Lundberg. 1:20 left in the quarter. 7.5 minutes left in the game. Callie Owens tried to save the ball that was probably headed out against Peden on the entry pass into the right blocks. Tosses it out of bounds. Unable to save it. And it's Lyman basketball. 1:15 left in the quarter. Sage Bradshaw tosses forward to Rose. It's a 2-on-1. She dishes over to Harris, then to Peden. Jumper, hits the back handle twice and falls down. 2 more points on the board. 43-28, a 15-point lead with 1 minute to go in the third period. Peden with 4 points in the quarter and the game. Woodford crosses over against Air. Jumper from 6 feet away is good. Breaks the scoring drought for Lovell. They've had just 2 points since Bryce Hansen went out several minutes ago. High post pass to Peden. She dribbles once, gives it out to Harris. Long two is up, a little bit short. Callie Owens on the rebound, 43-30. Lyman steals it away. Sage Bradshaw up ahead to Rose. She steps past Owens, puts up a floater, no good. Woodford with the rebound. 20 seconds left in the quarter. 43-30. Lovell trying to cut it to 11, maybe 10. Just get something on the board to head into the fourth period. Lundberg drives in, fouled, and 2 shots. 12.3 seconds left. Bryce Hansen sets to check in for the last offensive possession, as she did at the end of the second as well. A couple of players set to come in for Lovell. Amanda Mays and Amy Newman. First free throw by Lundberg is up and no good. Hit the rim a couple of times before falling lazily off to the right. Nicole Peden, the player replaced by Bryce Hansen for Lyman. Newman set with one more, or Lundberg rather, set with one more free throw. Tosses it up and makes that one. 43-31 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 12.3 seconds left. And a knock out of bounds. It was an inbound off the body and then back out of bounds of Haley Rail. This time got it inbounds to Hansen. She baseball passes it up ahead to Air. Block to block pass. Sage Bradshaw misses. Amanda Mays and Lundberg come down with the board. 3 seconds left. 43-31. No shot at the end of the quarter. And a 12-point lead for Lyman as we head into the fourth period next. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball, up 12 over Lovell on the opening round of the regional tournament, live from Lyman High School on KADQ 98.3 on the radio and online at mylocalradio.com.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
An infected tooth can cause discomfort and serious harm to your health. At Wyoming Dental Specialties, endodontist Dr. Leslie Walker understands the complexities removing infected tissues from inside the tooth, which is one reason why you can trust him to provide endodontic treatment and root canal therapy. With a skilled staff and state-of-the-art technology in our office, we help save your smile and improve your overall dental health. Call today to schedule your appointment, 307-789-5608.
Fourth quarter action just about to begin here at Lyman High School as we're at the quarterfinal stage of the 3A West Regional Tournament. Sage Bradshaw takes the inbound for Lyman. Mandy Air, baseline, long pass out to the right side, corner or wing three, dropped in by Bryce Hansen from 20 feet out, 25 feet almost. 46-31 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board, and welcome back to the game, Bryce Hansen. 9 points in the contest for her. playing with 4 fouls. She'll have to be careful, but Lyman played well without her. Show of a good team. Your top player goes out and you continue to flourish. Rejection. Charles C. Rose sends Chevy Jolly back, and then Jolly fouls Charles C. A little bit of a smirk out of Rose there. And well deserved there. How often do you see a rejection on a jump shot at the three-point line? That's exactly what Charles C. did. Baseball pass from Hansen up ahead to Air. The free throw line, Gross back outside to Sage Bradshaw. Misses the lay-in. Tries to save it, inbounds, cannot. Lundberg with it. Lundberg across from left to right. Jolly rolls down to Mandy Mays. Guarded by Hansen. Back up top. Lundberg, long three is up and in. I didn't realize Odessa Lundberg had the range that she did coming into tonight's contest, hitting her 3rd triple of the day. Taking a look at the stats on this season, Odessa does lead the team with the 2nd most threes made. Now she's at the most at 19 on the season. On the other side, Charles C. Rose converts in the blocks and is fouled. And one opportunity for Rose. Foul is number 3 on Mays. Charles C. Rose having an outstanding game. 9 points now. Defensively, she's come away with a couple of steals. She just had that rejection. Clock says 6:41 here in the 4th period. One more game after this. We have Lyman against Worland, and the free throw, Rose misses. Woodford comes away with the rebound. From left to right, Lovell at the top of the key. Woodford looks over left side, Odessa. Shot up for 3, in! Her 4th of the day, 20th of the season. That means 1/5, 20% of Lundberg's 3 balls this year have come in the last 1.5 hours. Bryce Hansen has the ball knocked out of bounds and was hit out by Woodford. Stays with Lyman, 6:16 on the clock. 48-37 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Charles C. Rose catches the inbound from behind the timeline, takes it across to Bryce Hansen, then back to Rose, out to the left wing. Air drives baseline, up top, opens up, same play as last time. Bryce Hansen for 3, just misses this time though. Mandy Air takes the rebound, out to the left wing, and then works to the top of the key. She's guarded by Mitchell. Sage Bradshaw has the basketball. To the baseline, 15 feet away from the hoop, tosses it, looking for Hadley Gross, but Rhett Partridge comes away with the steal. Back Lovell's way, out to the left side. Woodford to Lundberg at the top of the key. She drives over right side, finds Mays, and a foul, blocking foul against Hadley Gross, stops play. Foul number 2 on Hadley. Baseline inbound for Lovell. Woodford looking for a passing mate, finds Lundberg, but it goes off her right shoulder. Ball on the ground. 4 players tumble to get it. A jump ball called between Mitchell and Sage Bradshaw. Stays with Lovell. Inbound at 5:35 left in the game. Lundberg finds Woodford. Guarded tightly, baseline drive right past Caroline Bradshaw. Layup is aired though. Mays comes up at the board, misses her putback attempt, and the ball dribbled out of bounds on yet another offensive rebound by Mitchell. 5:25 left in the 4th period. 48-37 the score on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Bryce Hansen with the basketball at the midcourt line, goes off to her left side and passes right to Nicole Peden. 5:13 left. And a foul comes in. Peden had the basketball, got hit on her left wrist by Mitchell. Hope Sinnott checks in for Bryce Hansen. Free throws for Nicole Peden. That free throw. If she makes it, she'll earn another single bonus for Lyman. Shot is up and misses. Start the clock again. Rebounded by Lyman. Peden with 4 points in the game. Played a lot of minutes today, though, and played pretty well. Most we've seen her play since that pinky injury, going way back a month and a half ago. Caroline Bradshaw has it on the right wing. Nicole Peden with the basketball. Back to Caroline. 4:50 left in the contest. 48-37, Lyman on top of Lovell. Number 2 versus number 3, Southwest versus Northwest, trying to advance on to play Worland tomorrow afternoon, early evening in the semifinals. Already one Bridger Valley team in the semifinals. They play against Pinedale tomorrow at 4 p.m. 4.5 minutes to go. Peden has the ball knocked out of her hands. Grabs it back from Mitchell, and Mandier takes the pass on the left wing. 11-point lead for Lyman, and they're holding on to it right now with some long offensive possessions. Air throws up a wild jumper from 10 feet away and misses. Rebound picked up by Lundberg. She'll be unguarded until she crosses the timeline. Picks it up, gives it to Woodford. Fakes a three, toss out left side to Mitchell. Then back to Woodford. Lundberg has it on the right wing. Baseline drive by Amanda Mays. Finds Rhett Partridge wide open with the window shine shot. Down 9-point game. 48-39 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 8 points today for Lovell. Nicole Peden close to an elbow out, an offensive foul. Nothing called, they're letting him play on. Sage Bradshaw has the basketball on the right wing, guarded by Lauren Mitchell. Hands off right sideline to Sinnott. One dribble for her and back to Caroline at the jump circle. Whistle blown, timeout taken by Coach Hansen with 3:33 left in the fourth period. On a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball, taking on Lovell and up by 9 points. On the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Back in 1 minute on KADQ 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
Sometimes getting the whole family scheduled for a dental appointment is hard. Different days, different times, and then how do you pay for it all? These problems have been solved by Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View because we serve patients of all ages. It's easy to schedule the whole family on the same day, so you just make one trip. We accept most insurances, and if you don't have insurance, we offer an in-house discount so the whole family can have a healthy smile. Don't wait. Call today. Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View, 307-782-3630.
Back here in the fourth period, Mandy Ayer has the basketball for Lyman. It is a 9-point lead for the homestanding Lyman Eagles here in the first round of the 3A West Regional Tournament against number 3 seed from the Northwest, Lovell. They hold a 48-39, Lyman does, lead on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. They also hold possession. Bryce Hansen, the point guard for Lyman, playing with 4 fouls, back into the contest. And she's been playing a little more in the fourth with the lead. Lyman's done well without her, though, and now trying to close out the victory and take on Worland tomorrow for a right to play in the regional championship on Saturday against either Mountain View or Pinedale. Stolen away possession. Lovell with the basketball. Lundberg came away with the steal. Passes left side to Woodford. The three ball was in, and then it just rolled out. It was halfway down, and then it popped out. That looked like a carnival shot there. When it's kind of unfair, you're not playing on even ground there. I mean, it was close to dropping in there for Woodford. 2:48 left in the quarter, and Lovell basketball still. Manda Mays drives past Caroline Bradshaw, poked out by Peden. Ball popped out. Stays in the hands of Lovell, though. Woodford picked it up. It's down to Woodford. She drives baseline. Reverse layup on the left side. No good. Bradshaw comes away with the board and finds Sister Sage. She has her ball stolen away by Woodford, and a jump ball called as Caroline tied it up. Give it back to Lyman. I'm not sure what Coach Hansen is signaling. Well, it's got to be a play there. He's waving on top of his head. He was laughing after the end of that play, though. Caroline tying up for the jump ball. 2:28 left in the fourth period. Lyman on top of Lovell. Bryce Hansen to inbound. Full court pressure for Lovell. Goes into Mandy Ayer. One-handed pass back to Hansen. Still behind the timeline. Big crossover. Gets it across against Mitchell. Bryce drives into the lane. Drops over right side. Finds Sage Bradshaw. Passes back and out of bounds. It was hit out of bounds by Lovell. I think it was Haley Rail last touching it. 48-39 still the score on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 2:13 left in the third period. Inbound to Peden. She grabs it, takes it to the free throw line. Swing around right side. It's Mandier's basketball. Then to Hansen on the right wing. 2:05 left. Guarded tightly by Callio, and she dribbles it to the top of the key. Backdoor cut. Finds Mandier for the lay-in. Puts Lyman at 50 points and an 11-point lead on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 2 more points for Mandier. Gives her 8 in the contest. Rhett Partridge set to check in, but not before another Lyman steal. Gives it back to the Eagles. A quick foul against Haley Rail as Mandier collected the basketball with 1:43 left in the game. 11-point lead for Lyman, so it puts them that much closer to a victory and a semifinal berth against Worland. That would set our Final Four. On the girls' side, we already have Mountain View versus Pinedale tomorrow at 4 p.m. And then on the second game, that will happen at 5:30, so back-to-back contests we could have for you again tomorrow. Missed free throw by Mandier. Restarts the clock. Those single bonus free throws for Mandy. Turnaround shot in the lane, no good. Partridge comes away with the rebound for Lovell. She gets hit. And that's foul number 7 for Lyman, so puts Partridge at the free throw line. We'll stick right here on the stream, but I will have to switch over and restart everything. So board operators, I think it's Alyssa. Yeah, it's Alyssa on the board. I'm on my 3rd board operator of the day. You don't need to switch back to music. It'll just be a momentary silence, and then we'll get the intro rerunning. Same stream, though, going. Partridge misses her first free throw. Rebounded by Lovell, and a 3-ball hit in by Odessa Lundberg. Clock stops at 1:26, and just like that, it's a single-digit game once again. Odessa Lundberg with her 5th 3-ball of the day. She came in with 16 on the season. And it's 50-42 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lyman on top of Lovell with 1:26 to play in the 4th period. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
4th quarter action here, and still in the break after a full timeout. Lovell down by 8 points to Lyman with 1:26 to go, but coming off of the 5th 3-pointer of the day by Odessa Lundberg. She started this tournament with 16 makes from distance on the year. She now has 21. 1:26 left, and Lyman basketball. Bryce Hansen, the inbounder. Full court man press. Toss over everyone. Sage Bradshaw catches it. Layup is good, and the foul. 52-42. That's how you take away momentum. Bryce Hansen with the long pass and caught in stride like Randall Cunningham to Chris Carter back in 1998. Sage Bradshaw grabs it, 1 dribble, 2 steps. The layup and the foul. 1:24 left in the game. And Bradshaw at the free throw line for 2 more, or for 1 more, pardon me. 8 points for Sage Bradshaw. Shot by Sage is no good. Kendall Dickerson gets her first appearance in today's game. And she gets on the board. I wouldn't guess it wouldn't be a turnover. She tried to grab the rebound. It went out of bounds. 1:19 left, and a coast-to-coast try by Jordan Woodford. Misses. Up ahead to Ryan Thomas. She boots it out of bounds. Clock at 1:12 left in the game. 52-42. Lyman has pulled its starters, save for Bryce Hansen. Woodford takes the basketball, lets it roll all the way to half court, out left side to Chevy Jolly. Shot up by Jolly at the free throw line, misses. Dickerson punches at the basketball, tries to grab the rebound. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Mandy Mays, though. 1:02 left in the game. Lyman moving on, if they hold on right here, to take on Worland. tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Lindsay McGuire getting her first appearance of the game for Lyman. Kendall Dickerson, Sage Bradshaw, McGuire, Hanson, and Ryan Thomas into the game for Lyman. 56 seconds left. 52-42. McGuire tosses up high to Thomas at the top of the key. Hanson has the basketball, nearly taken away by Woodford, drives into the paint, gives it to Dickerson. She gets jumped up as she tried to go up with the ball and got topped. 45 seconds left. And a player, couldn't see who that was, might have been Woodford there. Got on top of the ball there and forced the jump, giving it back to Lovell. Chevy Jolly checks in, 42 points for Lovell. Likely headed into consolation to take on Big Piney in a loser out. Winner still alive for a state berth game. Actually, I think that's wrong. I think I've got that up backwards. An offensive foul on Amanda Mays. Let's see here. Yeah, no, Pinedale, Lander, Powell, Worland. Yeah, it is. Big Piney and Lovell tomorrow. Big Piney versus Lovell tomorrow. 43 seconds left in the game, and Lyman basketball. Hope Sinnott takes it, and a timeout called by Coach Hanson. What the heck? Let's take it with them. 40 seconds left between Lyman and a berth into the 3A West Regional semifinals tomorrow at 5:30 against Worland. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on mylocalradio.com.
Bye-bye. Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Welcome back to Lyman High School. For anyone tuning in for the boys game, no, we haven't forgotten about it. It just hasn't started yet. 8:48 p.m. and there's 40 seconds left in the game before it. The Lyman girls up 10 over the Lovell Bulldogs. 52-42 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Ryan Thomas rejected out of the break, and ball out of bounds. Last touched by Lovell. Back to Lyman. Madison Harris with it, and 37 seconds on the clock remain. Inbound to Kendall Dickerson. She goes off the glass a little too hard and misses. Hope sent it down to the ground, toss out to Harris. Then to Ryan Thomas at the free throw line. She's fouled. And she'll shoot 2 free throws with 29 seconds left. 52-42. Ryan Thomas steps up to the free throw line. Thomas is 0 of 2 on the season from the field. These are her first free throw attempts of the year. Misses it. .9 seconds left. Fourth quarter action here, closing out the girls' quarterfinal match. We are probably about 12 minutes away from the final quarterfinal matchup of the day. The Worland boys, number 2, despite being the last unbeaten team in Wyoming, taking on the homestanding and undercard Lyman Eagles. Losers of 5 of 6, but one of the more dangerous teams in the state of Wyoming. 0 of 2 trip for Ryan Thomas. Gives it back to Lovell. Woodford races forward. Baseline shot and a foul called with 24 seconds left. Puts Woodford at the line. She was in the process of shooting on the baseline. Foul number 1 on Ryan Thomas. Woodford, first free throw is in. 52-43. Scoring drought broken. Takes her time on a second free throw. Shot is up and good. 2-2 trip for Woodford. Inbound is to the middle of the court over the head of Dickerson, and Rhett Partridge takes it away for Lovell. Woodford with 20 seconds left, caught at the corner. Chevy Jolly on the right blocks. Wild shot up, no good. Partridge on the putback is in. Just like that, it's a 6-point game. 12 seconds left, though. What do they decide to do here? Hope Sinnott, and a foul comes in with 9 seconds left. So Lyman's taken out its starters, and we're 9 seconds left in a two-possession game. Make your free throws or not. High school basketball, a two-possession game is just so hard to come back from in 10 seconds, but I guess it's not undoable. Very unlikely, though. But Lovell playing until that final whistle, as they should. Not giving away anything easily. Hope Sinnott misses on her first free throw. Second shot by Sinnott, no good as well. Rebounded by Dickerson. Racing out of bounds and knocked out by Hope Sinnott. Back to Lovell, 5.8 on the clock. Inbound for Lovell, 4 seconds left in the backcourt. 2-1, and Lyman finishes it out. A 52-46 victory on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. They are moving on to the semifinals tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Both Bridger Valley teams, Mountain View and Lyman, will be on opposite sides of the bracket, trying to advance and face each other in a Saturday regional championship at that same 5:30 p.m. slot. Time now for the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision play of the game, and I love the play of Charles C. Rose today, and we'll give it to her rejection back in the third quarter. Not too often you see a jump shot at the three-point line get rejected, but that's exactly what Charles C. did. She finishes the contest with 9 points, and that's your Dr. McKay Frankham Precision play of the game. Dr. McKay Frankham in Evanston, Wyoming, affordable dentistry close to home. Now there's 10 minutes put back up onto the clock. We will switch streams over, do a re-intro. Don't have to change streams though. It's Lyman versus Worland, and it's coming your way next. Fakes down low to the post up top. Bradshaw step back three. Good. Nothing but net by McKinley Bradshaw. Hansen turns around and gets Ellingford. Pretty move from the senior.
Eagles basketball is on the air. Lyman High School is ready to soar through the 2019-2020 season. Catch it all on your home for Bridger Valley basketball. MyLocalRadio.com. Lyman basketball is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Come On In of Casper, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Plains Tire, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Trona Valley Community Federal Credit Union, The Store, and Blacks Fork Dental. Now, Eagles fans, it's time to head to the booth to join the play-by-play voice of the Bridger Valley, Jake Hibbard.
Hey, long time no see. Jake Hibbard joining you as we have one more contest coming your way. Lyman and Worland, the number 3 from the Southwest versus the number 2 from the Northwest, and the one-loss Worland Warriors against the Lyman Eagles. We'll take a break now, come back with an abbreviated Sawyer's Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show next on MyLocalRadio.com and KADQ 98.3, presented by First Bank.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. In addition to our cleanup and restoration services, we also offer new construction and remodeling. We can help with a newer kitchen, bathroom, a garage, deck, or a new addition to your home. We provide accurate, itemized estimates with no hidden fees or extra charges, and we complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Call us today at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
Whatever you need, it's likely that Bradshaw's and Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
Time now for the first look, brought to you by Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness, part of the Sawyer's Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show. Worland is 21-1 on the season. That one loss was the last contest they played against Lander, the number 1 team from the Northwest. That's how that works. A coin flip gave Worland the number 2 and Lander the number 1. In that contest, Lander held Worland to 14% shooting from distance on the season. Worland a 33% shooting team. Led by Rudy Sanford with 16 points offensively and Mac Page 6.6 rebounds. This is a high-powered offense of Worland, an efficient one. Luke Mortimer right behind Rudy Sanford, pacing at 14.3 points, and Mac Page at 12.8 points per game. You can never count out these Lyman Eagles, as they've been one of the most dangerous teams throughout the season in the state of Wyoming, but they come in with just a 9-3 record overall and a 2-4 conference season record. Late game moments have given leads away in games that you thought they would have won, could have won, should have won. Well, it is winning time tonight for both of these teams. A spot on the line in the 3A West Regional Semifinal tomorrow night. Winner on to region semifinals. Loser plays Mountain View in consolation tomorrow. That's your first look, brought to you by Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness. We will be right back with, let's go right now into the interview with Kevin Lewick, head coach of the Lyman Eagles.
Kevin Lewick with the boys basketball program with me. Finish off your season against Pinedale. I wasn't there for it, so tell me a little bit about that game and how it went for you.
Well, it helped us to have Andrew Housekeeper back. We were able to get out in transition and push a little bit. We didn't necessarily shoot the ball well, but I thought that we were better defensively. And it's just, all those kids depend on one another, so when you're without one, it hurts.
Yeah, it's a team that you got very specific spots. There's not that big of a rotation either, so when you lost a kid, you had to go a little bit deeper than you had as well. Got some good varsity minutes for some kids, but not necessarily that same unit that's been there for most of the conference season.
Yeah, and especially hurt us against Mountain View, a day or two before that. We're not big, but Andrew gives us a little bit of size at the point so that we can look over the top of people, and he influences everything.
You haven't played Worland yet this year. You played Lander really tight. You played Wyoming Indian. I bring them up because they're another team that's at the top of the state. Worland just lost its first game of the year last week. So what would you have to do, and what have you been looking at to try to make them lose their second game a week later?
Well, they're extremely athletic and they're big. They're going to be probably the best team we've seen so far this year. They put so much pressure in the backcourt that we're going to have to try to throw over the top of them. And so it's one of those things that you're taking a risk a little bit, but it might allow us to kind of get out in the open floor and not have to fight their size.
Yeah, they are big and they can shoot pretty well. They're a pretty efficient team as well. With Andrew back, how did he look against Pinedale? Was he back to the same player as usual, or just maybe a little timid? How was he doing?
He was a little timid, and his conditioning was hurt a little bit. But as far as just, pitching ahead and putting pressure on the defense in transition and giving us a bigger rebounder, it made a big difference.
You didn't play him, like we said, but you were at the same tournament as Worland. So was there any time spent while you were at that tournament when you weren't playing a game looking at some teams like Worland?
Yeah, we knew that. We knew they would be good this year. We saw them last year, and they were returning most of their kids. I saw them a few games. They got a great coach. They're just going to be an elephant. So.
You don't play that game until 8:30 p.m. scheduled time, and luckily there's a half-hour break in between at some point, so hopefully that game won't get any farther behind, but it's a later game. You get that because you're the home team. You get the primetime game. Is that about an hour and a half after what you're usually expected to play? Does that ever really play in, or is 7 o'clock, 8:30 kind of a wash for when you start a game?
I think for the kids it's probably going to be a wash. It's not much different. They're going to have a lot of anxiety throughout the day. It'll be a big change for me because I'm in bed by 7. So
you're in bed by 7, except on game days, right?
That's right.
So yeah, that's how I'm thinking too. I'm going to be here all day in an 8:30 game. I'm excited for it though. And this team, I think, dropped quite a few games in a row, and some of those have been close. But at some point, especially with that last game, maybe against Mountain View, I started to worry maybe some of it's snowballing a little bit. Getting a final win against Pinedale to end that losing streak, do you think that meant anything heading out of the regular season into regionals?
We felt like that game was really almost a do-or-die situation. I think we'd had 6 or 7 games in a row in which we had played a tough schedule. All teams that had a winning record, and most of them in the top 5, whenever classification they were in. So it was just a tough stretch, and it was super important, the Pinedale game.
Coach Luke, thank you.
Thank you.
That's Coach Kevin Lewick with 1:40 to go before the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter begins. Let's now give you your starters, brought to you by Black's Fork Timber. Black's Fork Timber located in Mountain View. Starters for the Lyman Eagles. Welcome back, Andrew Housekeeper, 6-foot senior. Where's number 10? And the leading scorer for the Lyman Eagles. I got to stop saying that. I mean, goodness, I'm on game 4 number of the day. I've covered all the teams I do cover in the day, so I apologize if I start to say meh and then go to Lyman. Continuing the starters for Lyman. Andrew Housekeeper, Jet Dickerson, a 6-foot junior, wears number 4. Carter Smith, 5'9" junior, wearing number 21. Alex Bradshaw, sophomore, wears number 5. And then for the post, 6'1". In 6'1" at the post is Preston Brewer. On the Worland side, Wyatt Wyman, a 5'9" senior. Luke Mortimer, a 6'1" senior. Rudy Sanford, a junior, 6'1". Jory Anderson, a sophomore at 5'8", and Mac Page, a 6'3" junior. Now trying to fix that scoreboard, as it clearly looks like the wrong ones up there, as I see Lyman and Lovell up there. Let's get Lyman and Worland on the scoreboard there and then reset those scores. 8 more minutes put onto the clock. Oh, that's the wrong one. That got closer, though. We got the right logo up there. Again, starters brought to you by Black's Fork Timber, located in Mountain View. First quarter brought to you by Bridger Valley Motor. Okay, third time, maybe that's the charm. If I can find one of those that works. If not, I'm going to have to make another one on the fly. And that's just how it'll have to be. Let's take a break while I figure that out, and we will come back with the opening tip on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on mylocalradio.com and KNY and 99.1 FM.
If you're like me, the Wyoming State Basketball Tournament is something you mark on your calendar every year. Hi, I'm Jake Hibbert, host of the Wyoming Prep Podcast.
And I'm Elin Olive, host of The Pitchfork.
Together, we're set to bring you the best of state basketball coverage this year. Join us on Wednesday, March 11th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on mylocalradio.com for the Wyoming Prep Podcast State Preview Show. Elin and I will have some of the biggest names in Wyoming basketball joining us as we break down the 3A and 4A girls and boys brackets. You can also listen live on KNY 99.1 FM or listen to it after the show's already aired by downloading it from the Wyoming Prep Podcast. Wednesday, March 11th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on mylocalradio.com or anytime archived. It's the 3A, 4A State Basketball Preview Show. You won't want to miss it. We hope you're enjoying this mylocalradio.com exclusive broadcast of Bridger Valley Sports. We love being able to travel around the state to bring the action on the field or court back to you watching at home. Let's face it, doing all of this would not be possible without all of our great sponsors. We appreciate the support the following businesses and individuals show to both Mountain View and Lyman Sports. Jeff Piper and Farmers Insurance in Evanston. Whether it's home, life, renters, auto, or more, Jeff Piper is your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Black's Fork Dental, top-of-the-line dentistry available right in your backyard. Thank you to all of our Bridger Valley sports sponsors.
Well, I think we got it all figured out now. Let's see. Yes, we do. We got our scoreboard back up, and as I said, I'll reset that now. Put 8 minutes on the clock and zeros on the board. The final day, the final game of the first day of the 3A West Regional Championship Tournament has us with Worland versus Lyman. Worland decidedly on the road, about 5 hours from home, but the designated home team in the white jerseys, orange numerals and lettering across the chest for Lyman. The road team playing in their home gymnasium in the blue jerseys, white numerals and black lettering. Luke Mortimer setting up to jump, and we have a incorrect, I'm guessing probably an incorrect entry on the scoreboard or some sort of, we start the game with a technical foul. Rudy Sanford at the line makes his first free throw. We haven't even tipped yet. Find out what that was. What was the call there, do you know? Uniform issue. Wow, 2 games in a row and a uniform issue has opened up the game, a uniform issue on the books. another uniform issue on the books. So it's 2-0, and the opening tip goes Worland's way from right to left. Rudy Sanford hits 2 free throws out of the break. Well, out of the break in between pregame and the start of the game. Missed shot on the Worland side into the hands of Preston Brewer. Up ahead, stolen away. Mortimer is hammered hard down by Preston Brewer, but he'll go to the free throw line. Run that clock down. First foul on Preston Brewer comes pretty quickly in. 7:44 on the clock, and shooting free throws for Mortimer. 3-0 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Not the way Lyman would have ever wanted to start that contest, with a 2-0 lead before you get the tip, or 2-0 deficit before they even tip. And now Worland up 4-0 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board as we are 18 seconds into the game. Lyman ball, Jed Dickerson with it, playing some point guard across against Rudy Sanford. And he'll give it to Alex Bradshaw, open on the wing for 3, but Sanford comes away with a rejection out of nowhere. Back Worland's way. Out to the left side, it's Jory Anderson to the corner. Rudy Sanford tries a 3, misses it. Mac Page with the rebound. Back to Sanford on the left wing. Swing right side, Mortimer with the headband, lace, and rolling shot. Figure roll, no good. Rebounded by a housekeeper, and the clock stops at 7:14 with a foul call. .40 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Inbound to Jet Dickerson. Looks like Dickerson will be playing more point guard on the ball, with housekeeper at least starting out on the wing after that injury. Jet Dickerson played some point. And now housekeeper in his second game back after the concussion against Mountain View. Handoff to Jet Dickerson. Top of the key 3 is rolled off with a foul against Preston Brewer, trying to open up Dickerson. It's his second and comes in quick fashion. Leads to Braxton Bradshaw checking in, so a nightmare start for the home standing, although road team officially. Lyman Eagles down 4-0. 1 minute and 4 seconds in. Their post player has already picked up 2 fouls as well. Inbound stolen away by Bradshaw. Off the glass, no good. Gets a putback. Shot in. So Alex Bradshaw puts 2 points on the board and gets Mountain View rolling a little bit here. Anderson across the timeline on a wild pass. Picked up by Carter Smith. He has Bradshaw off to his left side. Baseline drive against Anderson and a push foul against Jory. First foul for Worland. 21-5 and 5-1 in the conference season. That's the record for Worland. Lyman was 9-13 on the season, 2-4 overall. Court Gonzalez checks in for Jory Anderson after picking up his first foul. Baseline inbound for Lyman on their side. Finds Braxton Bradshaw, does Jet Dickerson with a quick 2, and Lyman has clawed back in with 2 quick points from Bradshaw's. 6:28 left, 4-4 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Floating shot in the lane, up and in by Mac Page. At 6'3", he floats in the air with ease, averaging 15 points and 7 rebounds a game. Worland up 6-4 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Here's the first time we see Andrew Housekeeper taking the ball across, and he goes tumbling down to the ground. Luke Mortimer draws a block foul. Looked like Andrew spinning around may have tripped over himself more than anything, but nonetheless the foul comes in. Second foul on Luke Mortimer. That takes him out of the game. Clock back running. Andrew Housekeeper takes the ball from Jet Dickerson. Over left side to Bradshaw, then near side to Dickerson. 2 minutes gone by here in this first period. Bradshaw fakes a pass, opens himself up on the elbow, misses. Dickerson on the putback from the short corner, airballs it though. And the rebound to Wyatt Wyman for Worland. Quick ahead to Mac Page, and 2 more points on the board. Worland leads it 8-4 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 4 points for Mac Page. Dickerson gives off to Bradshaw on the right side. Alex calls for it at the top of the key, swings around to the left wing. Jet Dickerson with the basketball. Swing from wing to wing. Alex Bradshaw has it, backs up near the jump circle. Looking around, passes off to his left. Court Gonzalez on the guard. Mac Page comes out and guards Bradshaw. 3 ball up by Braxton Bradshaw, splash it in. 8-7 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Braxton with 5 points early on. Near dunk, he grazed the rim. Mac Page quick in transition. And a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Lewick and the Lyman Eagles. 4:59 left in the first period, brought to you by Bridger Valley Motor. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com and KNY at 99.1 FM.
A common thread no matter where you live in Wyoming is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. And if you ever find yourself broke down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come pick you up, day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
Glade Erickson has been in attendance throughout most of this day. Hometown hosting regionals. Bridger Valley Motor bringing you first quarter action, and been bringing you first quarter action all the way back to the football season when this Lyman team earned a home playoff game hosting regionals this year. Andrew Housekeeper gets a block foul against Devin Mercado. That brings Coach Aaron Abel up into the air as he's pleading and saying that it was an elbow out by Housekeeper. Instead, it's foul number 1 by Mercado. Inbound goes to Carter Smith at the top of the key. Housekeeper out right side, 3 ball at the wing, missed by Dickerson. Rebound up by Page. He dribbles it as he comes back up off the ground and throws it up ahead. On the run, Wyatt Wyman out to the left corner. And faking the shot was Brock DeZenis. Down low to Mac Page. 2 more in for Page. 6 points and a 12-7 lead on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Down low on the left side, ball goes down on the ground on Lyman's end, and Carter Smith tied up with Court Gonzalez. 4:23 left in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. McCoy Smith checks in for Braxton Bradshaw. No, that's for Alex Bradshaw, rather. Braxton's still in the game. Inbound goes to Braxton. 4:21 left. McCoy Smith with the basketball in the left wing. Dribble through the legs, guarded by Court, and a 5-second call. 4:15 left. Gonzalez to inbound. Has Rudy Sanford in the backcourt. Back ahead to Gonzalez. Far sideline. Sanford across to Mercado. Back to Rudy Sanford. 4:05 left in the first period. Down low, Page passes off and shoots it into DeZenis. 2 more points on the board. Brock with his first 2. 3:53 left in the first period, brought to you by Bridger Valley Motor. Jet Dickerson with the basketball on the right wing. Looking around, finds Carter Smith out on the right corner. And a push-off foul against Rudy Sanford. With 3:41 left. Yet another foul there for the Worland Warriors. They already have 5. Inbound to Braxton Bradshaw. He'll drive baseline, toss it up to the top, nearly over the head of Carter Smith. Jet Dickerson has it on the right wing. Crosses over to the right side, tries to find some space. Instead, hands off to Bradshaw, takes a screen from Smith. Give it back to Carter. He tries the 3, too hard off the glass. Braxton on the putback, and 14-9 on the Benedict's Market and an Ace Hardware board. Braxton Bradshaw has 7 points in the first quarter. Sanford on the 3 at the corner. Add a triple back on. 17-9 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 5 points for Sanford. Andrew Housekeeper with the basketball. Hands off to Dickerson. Takes a screen from Smith. Rolls around to the left wing. Braxton calls for a screen. Gets it from Smith. Goes left side. Hand off to McCoy. McCoy to the top of the key, then to Dickerson. 2:48 left in the Bridger Valley Motor first. Long 3 ball way off by Housekeeper. Couldn't land safely. And Mercado not called for a foul. I can't really blame him there. Nonetheless, Housekeeper comes up lane. I think it's his knee. Smith got hit in the eye as Sanford tries a triple, and the foul comes in there. 3 free throws coming up. Carter Smith got scraped in the eye. Alex Bradshaw will check in. Carter Smith presumably coming out. He is not in a good way. Oh, he's got a bloody nose too. He got hit in the face. 2:34 left. And Rudy Sanford at the free throw line. Takes his first of 3 shots and misses. Sanford has 6 points. He'll make it 5 points in the game. Looking for a 6th. There he gets it. 18-9 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Devin Mercado out of the game, and he's replaced by Jory Anderson back in. Jory, a 5'8" sophomore. Third free throw is good, so 2 of 3 trip at the free throw line for Rudy Sanford. And 2:33 left in the first period. Bradshaw takes a pass from McCoy Smith, drives into the lane, and stolen away. The steal there was picked up by Brock. Up ahead, Jory Anderson under the basket, finds Mac Page. Hoop, no, but the foul comes in and 2 more free throws. Missed the official's foul call, so I'll wait for it to come up onto the board. It's Andrew Housekeeper. Page makes his first free throw. 9 points for Mac Page in the contest already. 2:19 left in the first period. Brought to you by Bridger Valley Motor. The second free throw good. Lyman basketball down 21-9. A rout early on. And Mountain View lost earlier today by 16 points. Lyman trying to avoid that similar fate, but not off to a good start. Baseline drive by Housekeeper up top to Braxton Bradshaw. Misses his shot, tries to follow it, and comes away with the board. Off to McCoy Smith. Into the hands of Bradshaw, tied up, and a foul comes in. It's against number 24 for Worland, Court Gonzalez. 2:01 left in the quarter. Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. Chet Dickerson inbounds to Bradshaw. He's left open 15 feet away, misses short. Alex on the putback, misses. Braxton nearly had the board. Alex chases it down. Hands off to Housekeeper, into the lane, floats it up as he goes tumbling down to the ground. A foul comes in, and do they give it to him in the air? 1-and-1 free throw, so no, they do not. That's the 7th team foul with 1:51 left in the first quarter, though, already for Worland. Yeah, single bonus time. Andrew Housekeeper to the free throw line. Carter Smith set to check in. He's got a couple of plugs in each nostril. That won't assist his breathing capabilities, but it will allow him to return into the game. He's sitting at the check-in table along with Devin Mercado, I think. Housekeeper misses his free throw. Jesse Fanis checks in and slaps the ball out of bounds. It is Devin Mercado back in for Jory Anderson. Rudy Sanford to inbound for Worland. 21-9 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board with 1:50 left in the first period. Lyman getting home court at regionals. Not working out so far, as Worland is that designated home team. Luke Mortimer back into the game after an elongated break. Mercado drives in, turns around, back outside, and to Mac Page. He's got 12 in the quarter. Wants 2 more for him. 23-9 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 1 minute left. Bradshaw open on the corner for 3, airballs it. Mercado with the basketball on the board. Guarded in the backcourt by McCoy Smith. Spins around looking for some space, finds Mortimer. Luke across the timeline, beats his man off the dribble. Dish right side, fake by Page, and a quick up in the lane. A 14-point quarter for Luke Mortimer. 1:10 left, 25-9 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Carter Smith in the backcourt. That does not look comfortable with a couple of plugs in each nostril after getting a bloody nose on a no call there. McCoy Smith into the lane, floating shot, up and in, hooping the harm. McCoy puts Lyman into double digits, although still down by 14. No, make it 14 points. Do they count the shot? No, they say it's on the ground. Wait, he made it. It's got to be one shot. It's either 1-and-1 or it's an and-one. Okay, count the bucket. There we go. Got it all cleared out there. McCoy Smith makes the shot, so it is up onto the board and an and-one opportunity for McCoy. Clock stopped at 55 seconds. McCoy shoots and makes it. McCoy Smith with a 3-point play makes it 25-12 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 49 seconds left. Luke Mortimer in the backcourt. Looks off to his right. Fakes a pass to the right side. Looks to the free throw line. Jesse Fannis goes to the ground and forces a jump ball. Possession arrow was in favor of Worland, though, so it stays their way with 40 seconds left in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. It's a near side inbound. Worland in the white jerseys, going from right to left in the first half. Lyman going from left to right with the blue jerseys. Andrew Housekeeper replaces McCoy Smith. Housekeeper hit the ground and came up a little lame on his left knee, but going to try to tough it out here. Mac Page looks over to the elbow, then dish out to the left side. Corner three from Sanford misses. Jed Dickerson came away with the board, tipped it forward to Alex Bradshaw. Beats his man off the dribble, dishes off to Smith. Rejection in the lane. Housekeeper to Dickerson, 23 seconds left. Three-ball by Fannis is no good. Up ahead, Mercado has his pass stolen away by Housekeeper. Throw up ahead to Fannis. From Smith, back to Smith. And the short corner shot is good. 25-12 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Sanford with 2 seconds left in the lane. Hoop and the harm as time goes down to 0.1. Count the shot. And Rudy Sanford to the free throw line. 27-14. Going to keep it at zeros because it's at 0.1. There's no time for anything other than an inbound and a buzzer sound. Sanford hits the shot, and the score after one quarter is 28-14. Worland comes in averaging 70 points per game, and they're well on that way right now. 8 more minutes put up onto the clock. We'll have the Reese Auto Service second period when we return on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Second quarter action brought to you by Reese Auto Service. There for any engine work, large or small. Located in Lyman, 747-6450. Reese Auto Service bringing you the second quarter. And we are back underway. 12 seconds in, Lyman basketball down by 14 already on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 28-14. The top team in Wyoming for most of the season is proving that they are just that at the moment. A travel called against Jet Dickerson. Gives it back to Worland out of the break. Big quarter. I think it was 14 points for Mac Page in that first period. 3 players in all, Luke Mortimer, Rudy Sanford, and Mac Page, the 3 usual suspects, putting up all of the offense for Worland. Mortimer tries a wing 3, drops it in. Pretty shot. 31-14 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 7:17 left in the Reese Auto Service second period. And already into the 30s is Worland. Dickerson tries to go around Page, rejected. Turn it around, give it to Jory Anderson. Worland ball, Sanford to respond with another 3. Oh, it barely even grazed the bottom of the hoop. Another 3 ball in and make it 34-14 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 7 minutes left and a quick timeout taken by Lyman. This is the Reese Auto Service second period on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on mylocalradio.com.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Lyman's in quite the predicament right now as we welcome you back to the Reese Auto Service second period against Worland, the number 2 team from the Northwest, and really name only. 22-1 on the season. They're a number 2 seed, up 34-14, 1 minute into the second period. Lyman basketball, Jet Dickerson rolls around, gives off to Alex Bradshaw, then to Carter Smith. Preston Brewer back into the game with 2 fouls. He picked those up in quick fashion in the first couple of minutes. Carter Smith back to Jet Dickerson. Sanford and Mortimer have their stroke working, and Mac Page is unstoppable inside. Carter Smith hits a triple out of the break, though, and that's 3 points on the board for Lyman. 6:28 left in the second period. Mortimer has the basketball, tosses down low, looking for, taken away, looking for Wyatt Wyman. It was stolen away. Overshot his man. Down to the baseline. Carter Smith wants to put 2 more on the board, misses on the baseline jumper. Mac Page with the rebound, racing up the far sideline against Bradshaw, dribbles through the leg, finds some space baseline, opens up for Jory Anderson, misses the point-blank layup. Andrew Housekeeper tosses it up ahead to Bradshaw, streaking through and coming away with 2 points. So now we've got a 4-0 run for Lyman out of the break, and just a shade of life being shown. Whistle blown dead as whistle blows the play dead as Carter Smith comes away with a steal. Nearly does, but it was a step out of bounds first for Worland, so it goes back to Lyman. Jet Dickerson with the basketball, 34-19 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Second quarter brought to you by Reese Auto Service. On the wing, Alex Bradshaw and Carter Smith. Then to the left side, Jet Dickerson has it. Up top, 3 ball by Housekeeper, misses off the front iron. He's getting closer, though, reining it in. They're going to need someone to catch fire offensively to try to keep pace with this high-powered Worland offense. Wyman, right wing, goes to Rudy Sanford, then to Mortimer. Swinging around to Jory Anderson. Finds Wyman, open on the left corner for 3, misses. Rebounded by Mac Page, playing with them. Goes back with a 3 ball, misses short. Carter Smith gets the board, gives it off to Andrew Housekeeper. 5:05 left. To Dickerson, the 3 ball is no good. Trying to race with Worland, not really working here. A foul from behind, and against Jet Dickerson, Rudy Sanford was hit from behind. Already foul number 8, or at least 7. It looks like it's foul number 7 for Lyman. I'm going to let that clock run down to reflect it's 4:57 here left in the second period. First foul on Dickerson puts Sanford at the line for 1-1, and he hits it. 4 points in the quarter for Rudy. 35-19 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Braxton Bradshaw and McCoy Smith check in for Alex Bradshaw and Carter Smith. Second shot by Sanford is good. Rudy Sanford goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He is in the game. 2, 4, 6 of 7. Lyman basketball down 36-19 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. McCoy Smith back to Jet Dickerson. Roll out to the right side, pass off to Brewer, then back to Dickerson. Dickerson still looking for his first shot to fall on the night. McCoy drives in, dish out right side. Preston on the right corner. Scoop to the half-court line. Dickerson. 4:30 left in the quarter. And the first half, a 17-point lead for Lyman. Bounce pass to Housekeeper. He'll drive in. Back outside, Dickerson, top of the key. Drops it in, no misses from 3. Put back by Housekeeper under the hoop, and how did he get that one to go? More importantly, how did he even get that rebound in? First 2 points, and the other way, Rudy Sanford misses a 3. First 2 points for Andrew Housekeeper. He'll throw it ahead, taken away, looking for Brewer. Sanford sniffed that one out. Moving up ahead, Wyatt Wyman out to the left side. Anderson back to Wyman, fakes a 3. Sanford finds Mortimer open on the wing for 3. Rises and has the ball roll out of the rim. Brewer on the run after picking up the board. Has only Wyman to beat. The layup is good, and a late foul comes in. Lyman's trying to climb back in. They called a timeout down 20 A minute into the second period, they now trail by 13. First 2 points of the game for Preston Brewer. Four in, or is it 5 in? Yeah, 5 in, 5 out for Worland. Richard Garay in, as is Regan Schmelzer. It's Court Gonzalez back onto the court. And Coulter Wyman in for the first time. Free throw missed. And the ball goes back to Worland. So shot missed by Preston Brewer with 3:44 left in the Reese Auto Service second period. Coulter Wyman hit a half quarter in the halftime show earlier and hits a little layup runner for his first varsity points of the tournament. That half quarter by Wyman didn't count, but it did win him $100 as part of a Union Wireless promotion going on this weekend. Foul on the Lyman side. Braxton Bradshaw races in and gets hit by Coulter. 3:25 left. The first foul on the 5'9" sophomore. Carter Smith moves to check back in. I think maybe that bloody nose has subsided, as I did not see the plugs in both the left and right nostrils as he moved to the check-in table. 3:25 left as Bradshaw hits his first free throw to cut the lead back down to 14. Preston Brewer is out. Braxton Bradshaw with a great performance so far. Much needed as no one else was scoring. He's got 8 points on the board for Lyman, a chance for 9. The second free throw is no good, though. Rebound and taken in by Garay. Up ahead, it's Schmelzer. Out to the left side, Gonzalez skips it over right corner. Deutzer into Schmelzer, misses it. And a rebound ripped away out of the hands of Schmelzer by the 5'7" freshman, McCoy Smith. He'll race in baseline, find Jed Dickerson on the left wing. Think about a three. Instead, give it out to McCoy. Tries a three, misses long. Rebound, chase down, out of bounds. No, kept in bounds by Gonzalez. 2:56 left in the first half. 38-24 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Brock DeZenas to the free throw line. Tied up by Carter Smith, and a jump ball called. Possession arrow is with Worland. 34, check that, 38-24 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Jet Dickerson out of the game, replaced by Andrew Housekeeper. And Worland basketball. Gonzalez takes it up the right side. Worland moving from right to left in this first half. Down low into the paint, turnaround shot by Garay. A right-handed float hook is good. 40-24 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. First 2 points of the game for Garay. 2:26 left in the third period. Housekeeper up top has his pass stolen away. Bradshaw gets it back. Now the ball's on the ground. Back going the way of Brock. Layup is good. 2 more points on the board for Worland. They have 42 in the game. 42-24, inverse scores. Long three ball up by Smith. Carter misses it. DeZenas had the rebound, and then he did not. He went down to the ground, but a foul called, and he'll be headed to the free throw line. 2:02 left in the Reese Auto Service second period. 1:58, well, actually 2:02 left in the second period. Brock at the free throw line this season. A 78% shooter, 32 of 41. We're at 9:34 p.m. This game not even to halftime yet, certainly behind schedule. We got started right about 9 p.m. Missed free throw, and the clock goes down to under 2 minutes to play. Lyman basketball. Carter Smith to the top of the key. Deep three taken by Housekeeper and reins it in. 42-27. First field goal for Housekeeper. Brock on the right corner, skips it to the left side. Sanford back into the game, finds Page down low. Look inside to Wyman, and a quick two in for Wyatt. That's Wyatt's first field goal. 1:33 left, 44-27 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 1:30 to play. A steal by Sanford on a pass attempted for Braxton Bradshaw. He grabs the leg of Rudy Sanford, looking like a steer wrestler there. And it's 1:26 left. 44-27, the foul called puts Sanford at the free throw line. Jet Dickerson is in for Andrew Housekeeper. The first foul on Braxton Bradshaw. Rudy Sanford back to the free throw line. This for a single bonus. Yes, single bonus. But he makes it, so it doesn't matter. 45-27 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 18-point lead. Going for 19. Worland's taking control back of this contest. They missed there, though. So the lead stays at 18. 45-27 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lyman basketball moving from left to right. Bradshaw's trapped, then throws back to Carter Smith. Wild offense just trying to hold on to the basketball. Alex Bradshaw back to Smith. Swing around, getting more set up in their half court now. Swing around, and a little hesitation move by McCoy Smith. Drives into the lane, just misses off the front rim on a little roll around layup shot. Back to Worland and out of bounds. A long pass out of bounds by Wyatt Lyman. Back to Lyman, far side inbound. Behind the timeline for Carter Smith and the Lyman Eagles. Andrew Housekeeper and Preston Brewer back into the game. 56 seconds left. 45-27 the score. Worland up big on night one of the regional quarterfinals. The loser of this game plays against Mountain View at 2 p.m. in a loser-out game. 49 seconds left. Lyman basketball. Pass intended for Brewer. Taken away. Brewer comes back away with it with a loose ball. Misses the layup. Mac Page up ahead to Jory Anderson. Worland is a one-on-one. Andrew Housekeeper tries to draw the charge, and he does. Oh, I was so worried for his head. He's had just off a concussion, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks removed. But Housekeeper unafraid and kept his neck tight that time. Draws the charge. Foul number 2, no, foul number 3 on Jory Anderson. 37 seconds left in the Reese Auto Service second period. Full court pressure on, 1-2-2 press for Lyman, against Lyman rather. And they just turned the ball over off moving out of the break, or was it Worland's basketball all along? I don't know. Well, either way, it's Worland's basketball now on the baseline. Pass up from Sanford to Mortimer. He'll rise up, throw it down low to Page, taken away by Dickerson. Off the head of Brewer and then Smith. Brewer and Smith both go tumbling down to the ground, and then Carter Smith grabs the ankles of Mortimer. That's got to be an intentional foul, and it is. Maybe 2-1. Holding, an intentional foul. Frustration play by Carter Smith puts Luke Mortimer alone at the free throw line with 28 seconds left in the first half. Tension's running pretty high, and frustration clearly mounting for the home team, Lyman. Down big to the team that spent most of the year as number one in the wildpreps.com coaches and media poll. Finished the season 22-1, and that one loss was enough to have Lander jump over them in the rankings. First free throw missed by Mortimer. He misses both of them, in fact. .28 seconds left in the second period. 45-27 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Worland has Mortimer inbounding to Brock. 25 seconds left. Sanford finds Mortimer on the left corner, down low to Page, up, fake, back to Mortimer, open on the wing for three. It's in! 48-27. A 21-point advantage with 11 seconds left. Mortimer steals it, looks down low to Page. Shot off the glass is good. Make it 50-27 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Page gets two, and then Bradshaw responds with two more for Lyman as we close out the first half. It's been an ugly one, though. If you're a Lyman fan, if you're Worland, it's back to business as usual. 5 points in the last 10 seconds for Worland. Has it 50-29 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board as we get set for the third period in just a bit. 8 minutes back onto the clock, and we'll be back to action in about 10. Halftime coverage up next on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Trona Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Back here at the half, it's 50-29. Sorry if I've been off for more than a couple of seconds. Got caught up talking with the Mountain View fan just to my right here. 50-29 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Let's add up some points for Worland, and it may take a while. 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points for Luke Mortimer. Rudy Sanford had 7 in the first quarter, then went to 10, 13 at the half for Rudy Sanford. Mac Page had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. He did have 14 in the first quarter. He's got 16 in the game, and then 2 points from Richard Garay, from Brock Dezinas, and Coulter Lyman has 2 as well. On the Lyman side, 5 points from Andrew Housekeeper, 4 from Carter Smith. Alex Bradshaw has 6. Braxton Bradshaw leading the way in scoring with 8 points, and then 3 from McCoy Smith. Now we got to take a break here and get set for the second half of action. Down by 21 points is Lyman. We'll be back for that in, we'll take a couple of minute break here and come back with a look at the brackets for tomorrow as we have them on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com. 50 points for Worland, 29 for Lyman on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. In addition to our cleanup and restoration services, we also offer new construction and remodeling. We can help with a newer kitchen, bathroom, a garage, deck, or a new addition to your home. We provide accurate, itemized estimates with no hidden fees or extra charges, and we complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Call us today at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Bye-bye. Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
We hope you're enjoying this MyLocalRadio.com exclusive broadcast of Bridger Valley Sports. We love being able to travel around the state to bring the action on the field or court back to you watching at home. Let's face it, doing all of this would not be possible without all of our great sponsors. We appreciate the support the following businesses and individuals show to both Mountain View and Lyman Sports. Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness. Whatever it is you need, Bradshaw's can probably help. The Come On In of Casper. When it comes time to cheer on your Buffs or Eagles at state, the Come On In is your best bet for a great night's stay. Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston. General Manager Dennis Lynch invites you to come and experience a community-driven dealership. Evanston Regional Hospital. Quality health care close to home. Bridger Valley Motor. Got a check engine light blinking? Don't guess at what the problem is. Take it to Slim at Bridger Valley Motor in Lyman. And Achieve Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy. No excuses, just results. Thank you to all of our Bridger Valley sports sponsors.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Franklin. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
With MyLocalRadio.com, you get to stay up to date with Lyman and Mountain View sports by watching all of the games live in the convenience of your own home. Now you get to keep up with your coaches, athletes, and teachers throughout the week with the Bridger Valley Coaches Corner. Weekdays during the school year, the Bridger Valley Coaches Corner will run on KNYN 99.1 FM at 3 p.m. and keep you up to date with the most interesting storylines from Lyman and Mountain View in football, volleyball, basketball, swimming, running, golf, and more. We'll also check in with different students and teachers from the two schools throughout the year. 3 p.m. Monday through Friday on KNYN 99.1 FM is the Bridger Valley Coaches Show presented by MyLocalRadio.com. Stay connected.
50-29 at the half as we are 2 minutes and 8 seconds away from the start of the third period of Worland and Lyman on the boys' side. The final game of quarterfinal Thursday here on Lyman High School court on MyLocalRadio.com. Let's take a look at the brackets. First for the girls. That's the good news if you're a Bridger Valley fan is the girls' bracket. I don't have that girls' bracket up. Let me get that girls' bracket up. Is the one I didn't do. Okay, just give me a second here. Those are some old rankings and standings. Hey, you know, it can't be perfect on game number 4 of the day. I strive, but we fell short here. Here we go. Have some girls bracket action now with the semifinals. Tomorrow, the first of 2 at 4 p.m. Mountain View will take on Pinedale. Winner of that goes on to the state or the regional championship. And then at 5:30 p.m., Worland and Lyman, 1 versus 2. Winner of that will play the winner of Mountain View and Pinedale in the regional championship. Now on to the boys. where, as it sits as of now, things aren't looking too good for the Bridger Valley. Lyman's down 21 points and on track to take on Mountain View tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. in a loser-out game. So after all the promise that both of these teams showed throughout the season, it could all come down to tomorrow afternoon. One of their seasons will continue and the other one will be gone. So long, farewell. And then on top of that, you don't have an easy path as you look at Big Piney and Lander. The loser of that contest will play the winner of Mountain View, and as of now, either Lyman, if they stay down, or Worland for the right to get into state. Big Piney's a tough team. We just saw how close they pulled to within Mountain View the last week of the season, the last day of the season, and Big Piney for Lyman is 3-0 against Lyman on the year. So second half about to begin. Lyman hoping to turn things around against a top team in my estimation in 3A on the year, Worland. 50-29, the Warriors lead as the third quarter sets to begin. Lyman basketball. Inbound to Andrew Housekeeper, and we are underway. Housekeeper has the ball. 7:55 left, 5 seconds in, and a steal. Up ahead, Mortimer is in for a layup, and it's 52-29. So second half starts about like it ended, and two more on the board. Another steal away. Sanford at the top of the key finds Wyman. Down low, taken away by Housekeeper. Continuing to roll down across the timeline. Out to the right side, Dickerson to Housekeeper. Wing three up, missed short. Just grazed the rim, and Brewer trying to save it. No good. .23 left in the third period. Start of it, and already two steals and turnovers for, Mac Page just got taken down. He holds on to it. The foul is against Andrew Housekeeper. He comes up and shows that it was not intentional, that he got hooked, got hooked with Mac Page, but a foul nonetheless, and the third on Andrew. Out to the left side, Wyman nearly splashes in a three, just misses it, and Preston Brewer up ahead. 3 fouls on Housekeeper. Jet Dickerson still trying to get it to go from range, misses. Rudy Sanford on the rebound. 7:03 left in the third period. Just 1 minute gone by here. 52-29 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. We're almost to 10 p.m. Well, we were planning to join the Wyoming Cowboys game in progress, taking on, Nevada, the number 3 ranked Nevada Wolfpack tonight. I don't know if we're going to have any time of that game left. We'll see. That game got tipped off about 22 minutes ago, so we'll see. But that game will be joined in progress of what's remaining of it as soon as we're done here on KDQ FM. Andrew Housekeeper, Euro step, and 2 points on the board, dropping it into the lane, and 7 points in the game for Housekeeper. 52-31 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. At the top, Mortimer looks around right side, gives it off to Sanford. Mortimer and Sanford were tag teaming distance shots in that first half. Lyman out to the left corner, Page to Anderson. Beautiful give down low and a little backdoor cut by Anderson. 2 more on the board for Worland. First 2 of the game for Jory, though. 6 minutes left in the third period. And on the other side, Alex Bradshaw runs right into Rudy Sanford, and an offensive foul is the call. Foul number 2 on Alex Bradshaw. Mortimer's out, Brock DeZinas in, Wyatt Wyman out, and Devin Mercado in for Worland. 5:55 left in the third period. 54-31, 23-point lead. Anderson looks down low for Mercado. Instead taken away by Alex Bradshaw. Up ahead, Brewer looks for Smith. Layup is up, missed though, and DeZinas with the rebound. Taken away momentarily by Smith. DeZinas picks it back up, tosses up ahead. Mac Page across the timeline into the paint against Housekeeper is fouled. 4th foul on Andrew Housekeeper. Well, Housekeeper missed 2 games due to injury and now has to come out of the game with 4 fouls. McCoy Smith checking in for him. Coach Luke just asked as Housekeeper went by, said, "You got 4?" And Housekeeper nodded his head yes. really limits the options left for Lyman, a team that was already struggling and down 24 points. Mac Page hits on his first free throw. 55-31 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board, and 2-for-2 trip for Page. He has 18 in the game. 5:32 left in the third period. 56-31 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. A 25-point lead for Worland. Lyman drives in baseline, spin around by Smith, up to the free throw line, shot up and dropped in for Preston Brewer. 4 points for Brewer. 5:13 left. Rudy Sanford quick ahead. This Worland team loves to turn the ball over, and even when they don't, they still love to run, get it across quickly. Sanford at the top, looks out left side to Anderson, thinks about a three, instead goes down low to Page. Nothing you can do about that against the 6'3" junior. 2 more on the board for him. 58-33. Full court pressure. Worland certainly not giving it up, and another steal. Page up ahead against Smith this time, draws foul. Carter Smith, I think, is third. Wait for it to come up on the board. The fouls have been a little inconsistent with getting up there as of late. Mac Page back to the free throw line. He was just there. He has 3 fouls for Carter Smith. Page has 5 points after the make in the quarter. 21 in the game. 4-0 foul count. 4 for Lyman, none for Worland in half number 2 with 4:46 left in the third period. Smith takes a seat as Mac Page airballs the second free throw. Braxton Bradshaw in for him. Bradshaw leading the way, scoring for Lyman, 8 points. That wouldn't even come close on the Worland side, but Lyman's had a fewer today. Duzinas knocks the ball out of bounds off the feet of Jet Dickerson as the inbound was taken away. 4:43 left in the third period, and a whistle blown, a timeout taken, full timeout taken by Lyman. It's 59-33 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. On a First Bank presentation of Bridger Valley basketball on KADQ 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Whatever you need, it's likely that Bradshaw's and Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. Our company specializes in fire damage restoration, mold inspection, remediation and testing, flood cleanup, and biohazardous cleanup services. We complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Safety is our highest priority, and once we've completed your job, we ensure your home or business will again be a safe place to occupy. Call me, Chase, at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
4:45 left in the third period, and a 59-33 drumming going on, and a rout for the number 1 team throughout most of the season in the rankings, Worland over Lyman. Gonzalez into the game and goes right wing to Mercado. Swing around back left side, Sanford to Mercado on the right side. Now that stupid scoreboard didn't start running again. Mac Page with the miss, out of bounds off the body of Brewer, I think. Yes, stays with Worland. 4:25, the clock stops at 59-33 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Sanford tosses up to the free throw line, out to the wing. Sanford catches it, shot up from distance, good! 62-33, a 29-point advantage. Rudy Sanford, his first points of the second half, has 16 in the game. 4:11 left. Jet Dickerson looks out left wing to Alex Bradshaw. Quick crossover move by the sophomore. Finds Dickerson on the corner for a triple, and Jet responds. First points of the day for Jet Dickerson, 62-36. Mac Page in the backcourt, passes to Rudy Sanford, then to Mercado on the left wing. Back up top, looks down low. Page at the free throw line, dish out to Gonzalez. Opens up Sanford, top of the key three, misses short. Rebound up into the air. Alex Bradshaw comes away with it against Gonzalez. 3:41 left. Baseball pass up ahead. Mercado steals that one away. 3-on-1 advantage for Worland. Bounce pass to Duzinas, and the layup is good. 64-36. 4 points for Duzinas. 36 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Bradshaw at the elbow, out to the right side. McCoy Smith has it on the wing, then to the corner. Preston Brewer thinks about a three, takes it, misses short. Once lost at this point, give it a try. Brewer comes down with his own board. Love the way that junior follows his own shot, and he comes away with 2 points. 64-38 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Quick in the transition, DeZenas with another bucket up. And Worland, every time they give up two, they scheme to score another 2 or 3 points. Jet Dickerson out to the corner. Alex Bradshaw takes the pass, back to Dickerson, takes a corner three, drops it in. Well, at times throughout this season, that third quarter has been Jet Dickerson's. He had a good third quarter to get them back in against Big Piney a couple of weeks ago. Trying to do what he can here from distance. Rudy Sanford at the top of the key, misses a three ball. Dickerson comes away with the board against arrest. And Dickerson up ahead to McCoy Smith. Turns around, jumper from 6 feet, misses short. Rebound picked up by Bradshaw. Still in the hands of Lyman. 2:21 left in the third period. Dickerson waits for the play call out from Coach Lewick. Top of the key three, air ball by Dickerson. 2:11 left in the quarter as Jory Anderson replaces Devin Mercado. 66-41 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. The Big Country Properties fourth period is upon us in about 2 minutes of clock time. Mac Page out to Rudy Sanford. Toss up across the court to Gonzalez down low. Anderson for a double. No good. Offensive goaltending by Mac Page. Turns it back over Lyman's way. Mac Page grabbed the rim as the ball was still in the cylinder. 66-41. Lyman basketball trailing by 25. Alex Bradshaw behind that timeline. With 2 minutes left. Jesse Fannis into the game. Hands off to Braxton Bradshaw behind the back dribble. Into the lane, back outside to the left wing. Fannis hands off to the corner where Alex Bradshaw takes a screen from Brewer. Picks it up, hands it to Brewer. Free throw line shot up from Preston, nothing but net. 1:35 left. 66-43 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 8 points in the game for Preston, 6 of those coming in the third period. DeZenas down low, looks for Page, and a foul from behind. Alex Bradshaw picks up his third. Carter Smith checks in with 3 fouls, replacing Alex Bradshaw with 3. Rudy Sanford on the baseline inbound, tosses up high to Gonzalez, then to Mac Page on the left wing. 120, down low, Duzenas in the blocks, goes to work. Catch and shoot, 68-45. To 43, excuse me, 68-43. 10 in the game for Brock. Jet loses his dribble, up ahead to Brock, and Brewer behind him. Gives him a healthy shove, but the shot goes in, and the and one coming up. Clock at 1:03. 8-point quarter for Brock. Back to the free throw line. DeZenas at the stripe after this. They gave that foul to Jesse Fannis errantly. I'll mark it down at the moment, but that was certainly Preston Brewer with the free throw, with the foul there. 71-43 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. After the free throw goes in. Brewer is blocked by Page, tries to come up with his own board, does, but then gets blocked again. DeZenas up ahead this time to Mac Page. Quick shot in. And Mac adds 2 more to his total. A fine offensive output for him. 73-43. Worland already 3 points over its season per game average with 35 seconds left in this third period. 34 seconds left in the third. Luke Mortimer set to check in. He replaces Brock DeZenas. Inbound to Braxton Bradshaw. Turnaround on the right side. Jet Dickerson drives baseline. Looks out left side. Throws it into the hands of Rudy Sanford. Up ahead to Mac Page. He's all alone. Tries to dunk it. I guess we'll count it. The shot goes in. Oh, never mind. No, so it's an offensive goaltending because he put the ball up. It's a rule. I saw this called in the NBA just the other day. If the ball's in the cylinder and then you hit the rim, as he did, then it's an offensive goaltend. Can't remember what game it was. Was that maybe the Lakers? And I think it was the Lakers-Sixers I was watching where that call happened. 11 seconds left, 73-43. Jesse Fanis on the left wing with 7 seconds left. Braxton Bradshaw has it out to the right side, down to 5 seconds on the clock, and a foul on, I think, Luke Mortimer, or maybe somebody else. It's against someone on Worland. Gonzalez is third. 2.6 seconds left on the clock. Inbound and an immediate foul called again on Worland. Puts Preston Brewer at the free throw line. No, that's not right. Mac Page picks up the foul. That's just the third team foul for Worland. First on Mac. 2 seconds left. Braxton Bradshaw out to the right side. Dickerson at the buzzer. Misses short. 4-3. 73-43 at the end of 3 quarters. Worland putting on the route. 30-point lead over the homestanding Lyman Eagles at Lyman High School here. Final quarter, final matchup of day 1. On to the semis next, and it looks like that's where Worland's headed to take on the number 4 Lovell Bulldogs, who upset Mountain View by 15 points earlier today. Back in 1 minute. This is the First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on KADQ 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
An infected tooth can cause discomfort and serious harm to your health. At Wyoming Dental Specialties, endodontist Dr. Leslie Walker understands the complexities removing infected tissues from inside the tooth, which is one reason why you can trust him to provide endodontic treatment and root canal therapy. With a skilled staff and state-of-the-art technology in our office, we help save your smile and improve your overall dental health. Call today to schedule your appointment, 307-789-5608.
There's one of those old cliches in sports that, you know, if you want a team to lose before they go into the games that really matter, and if that's the case, Worland picked no better time to drop their first contest of the year in their last game because they looked dominating. Top of the key 3 dropped in by Rudy Sanchez. Almost said Fernandez. That was an old Spanish national player from the 2000s. I think he played for the Memphis Grizzlies or something like that at some point as well. Rudy Sanchez. Or Rudy Sanford, my goodness, makes it 76-43, 33-point lead on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Sanford has been unconscious from distance as well as Mortimer today. Really, Worland hasn't had a whole lot of misses. A near steal. Jory Anderson came away with the basketball but stepped on the baseline. Stays with Lyman. Andrew Housekeeper back into the game for Lyman, playing with 4 fouls along with Preston Brewer, Carter Smith, Alex Bradshaw, and Jet Dickerson. Dickerson up top to Brewer. He'll dribble to his left. Find Dickerson, catch and shoot from the corner for 3. Misses off the front iron. Jory Anderson gets the board. Gives off to Sanford. 7:10 left. We welcome you into the Big Country Properties 4th period. Visit bigcountryproperties.com or give them a call at 782-3356. Broker Bobby Dalzall is part of the #1 listing and selling agency in the Bridger Valley with properties to both buy or sell in both Uinta and Lincoln County. Sanford at the jump circle. 33-point lead and no need to hurry. First time Worland said that all game long. Mortimer gets tripped up, driving into the lane. No way. He went tumbling down to the ground, threw the ball up with a ton of backspin, and the ball hit the rim and rolled in as Mortimer was sideways on the ground. I think he might have hit his head too in that process, or no, it was his elbow he's a little bit sore on. And one opportunity, I think. No, they're going to say it wasn't a shot. So before the shot, it's 1-1. Well, the shot of the game doesn't count for anything, and Mortimer misses his free throw. Worland comes away with the rebound, though Sanford thinks about a 3 on the wing. 76-43 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Page out right side. Anderson on the corner, drives into the lane. Gets tripped up by Dickerson. Into the hands of Preston Brewer. A steal away for Lyman. Toss up ahead. Carter Smith catches it. Layup. Good. 76-45 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 6 points on the game for Carter Smith. Jory Anderson down low. Waits for Preston Brewer to go right past him. And puts it in. 2-foot jumper for Anderson. Is his second field goal of the day. 78-45 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Big Country Properties fourth period, down to 6 minutes. Housekeeper, double clutch shot in the lane, no good. Rebound, Anderson. Going from left to right. Anderson for Worland, outside to Mortimer on the wing. He'll drop it into the free throw line, put up a jumper, nothing but net. 80-45. Timeout taken by Coach Lewick, and the Lyman Eagles well on their way to consolation tomorrow with a destiny meeting with the Mountain View Buffs. The girls could meet on Saturday in the championship if they both win through. And down 35 points and 5:43 to go. Looks just like we've got a meeting for a loser-out game on the boys' side of Mountain View and Lyman tomorrow at 2 p.m. Back in 30 seconds on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
80-45 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 5 minutes and 46 seconds left in the Big Country Properties fourth period. It is 10:11 p.m. and we're still playing basketball in Uintah County. Back at 2 p.m. tomorrow for a consolation game. Mountain View and Lyman will be playing for one of their final game of the season. The other one will have at least one more. Looking like it's going to be a contest of either Mountain View or Lyman against Big Piney or Lander for a right to go to state. 5:27 left in the fourth period. Alex Bradshaw gets the hoop in the harm. 2 quick points for him. Clock at 5:24. 80-47 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Bradshaw with 8 points today. And one shot up and in. Rudy Sanford takes the rebound, the inbound. Up ahead, Anderson to Page. Drives right past Jed Dickerson for an easy 2. Page with a heck of an offensive day. 8, 10, 11. He's got 27 points by my count unofficially today. 5:05 left in the Big Country Properties fourth quarter. Bradshaw, a 3-ball, misses short on the corner. Rebounded by Carter Smith. He'll ride his way into the right blocks and pick up a blocking foul against Mercado. Worland set to move on to play semifinal action against the Lovell Bulldogs, a team they had no problem against in the regular season, but a team playing inspired that gave Mountain View absolute fits today. Mountain View was never in control of that game. They had a brief 17-13 lead, and that was about it. They were playing from behind the rest of the way. And then that lead ballooned to as many as 19 points. Final 15-point differential, 66-51. The final on the board there. 82-48 the score here. We've got cleanup on aisle 5. Something down in the court needs to be picked up. .456 left. First free throw was made by Carter Smith. Gone deathly quiet here. It is late. It's past my bedtime. Still got to drive home, then get back here. Don't have to leave till noon. I was hoping for a little bit later of a meeting day. Both teams win and have all the late games. Instead, we got a consolation game here. DeZenas, after the second make by Carter Smith, makes it 82-50. Gives it over right side to Gonzalez, then to Jory Anderson. I think Worland's starters, main guys, the big three at least, are done for the day. Have a basketball nearly come up into the media section as it goes out of bounds. 4:39 left, 82-30. Well, it's not that bad. 82-50 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Gonzalez with the basketball, going from left to right for Worland. To Zenas, up top to Mercado. Looks for Anderson at the key, 4:28 left. Back to Gonzalez, out left side. Mercado has it on the far sideline. Turn around to Zenas, drives in, dish out right side. 3-ball up by Anderson, misses. Gonzalez comes away with the board. Housekeeper may have picked up his 5th foul. No, the ball was just out of bounds. Last touch by, they say, Housekeeper. 4:13 left in the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board in the Big Country Properties 4th period. Worland basketball. Mercado takes the inbound at the top of the key and a swipe by Jet Dickerson. They'll put Worland back on the free throw line. Brock Zenas to the line for 2. Actually, that is the last single bonus, so it's back for single bonus. Zenas at the line. He's 1 of 1 from the stripe today. Shot is good. He's had a good day off the bench, 4 at the half, and then 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 points by my count. Now 15 with the other make. 84-50 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Jory Anderson checks out of the game. See who he was replaced in by. I think it was Richard Garay. Yes, it was. Andrew Housekeeper bounces it to Preston Brewer across the timeline. Back to Housekeeper on the left wing, trying to find some space against Mercado. Baseline, works his way into the bank, and it's good. 84-52 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Floating into the air, out to Schmelzer. And 2 more points for Worland. 3:45. Schmelzer has his first bucket. 3:40 left in the 4th quarter. Housekeeper to Dickerson, gets a screen from Brewer, throws out left side to Carter Smith. Bounce back. Alex Bradshaw with the basketball. Crosses over against Garay. Goes to Smith. Corner 3, up, air ball. Rebounded by Zenas. He takes it himself, misses on the lay-in. Schmelzer and Gonzalez come away with the board, out to the left side. Zenas has it on the left corner. 3:12 left, 86-52 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. And Garay puts in a lay-in. Nice feed there from Zenas into the lane. Second bucket for Garay. 88-52 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Final 3 minutes of the game. Bradshaw picks up his dribble at the top of the key. Hands off to Housekeeper and a foul on Mercado. Third foul on Devin Mercado. 2:48 left in the quarter and the game. 88-52. Jet Dickerson out to Bradshaw for a triple. That puts Alex Bradshaw into double digits on the day, but a little too late for that. 3-pointer in the 4th puts him at 11 in the game. 2:34 left. 88-55. A 33-point lead by Worland. A timeout was called errantly on the floor there, so just substitutions in. 2:34 left and still playing basketball. Inbound goes to Gonzalez, so no timeout, in fact. Out to the right wing. It's Coulter Wyman into the game. He has it, gives it to Garay. Steal by Brewer on the run against Schmelzer. Layup, he tried to dunk it, but missed. Back to Worland. Gonzalez dribbling with it at the top of the key. 2:15 left in the contest. Back tomorrow at 2 p.m. for Mountain View versus Lyman, an elimination game. And then we'll have a pair of semifinal games at 4 and 5:30. Mountain View against Pinedale in the first semifinal game on the girls' side, and Lyman taking on Worland in the second semifinal game. We'll have just 3 teams to cover, unfortunately, after tomorrow. Will it be Mountain View? Will it be Lyman advancing on to the 3rd day of region? Dickerson misses a 3-ball. And a kick out of bounds off the foot of Carter Smith. Danny Ramon into the game for the first time today to inbound. 1:41 left. And we've got a new check-in. McCoy Smith and Braxton Bradshaw, Ashton Housekeeper, Stockton Walker, Jesse Fannis. All 5 new players in for Lyman. And that's it. Lyman knows what's in front of them tomorrow, as does Mountain View. It's each other at 2 o'clock Winner advances on, needs to win one more game to get to state. The loser's season is done. 1:29 left. Ball goes down to the ground, and a timeout was granted to Worland before that jump ball happened. 1:27 left in the Big Country Properties fourth period, 88-55 on the Benedict's Market at Ace Hardware Board. Worland on top of Lyman, A1 of the region. We'll be back on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on mylocalradio.com.
Sometimes getting the whole family scheduled for a dental appointment is hard. Different days, different times, and then how do you pay for it all? These problems have been solved by Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View because we serve patients of all ages. It's easy to schedule the whole family on the same day, so you just make one trip. We accept most insurances, and if you don't have insurance, we offer an in-house discount so the whole family can have a healthy smile. Don't wait. Call today. Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View, 307-782-3630.
88-55, Worland on top of Lyman. 1:27 left in the game. The Big Country Properties fourth period. Wyman hands off to Gonzalez on the right corner. 1:23 left in the game. Crossover finds Danny Ramon. He'll dribble to the top of the key. Then over right side. Gonzalez down low looking for Garay. Big shot, good. 90 points on the board for the Worland Warriors with 1:04 left. 1 minute to go, 90-55 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware Board. A shot in the lane on Lyman's side. Yields a point or two from Braxton Bradshaw, who's into double digits on today. I think this, well, the first game I've covered where Braxton's reached double digits. He would have rather had a win on the day. Was about the only Lyman Eagles scoring for stretches in that first half. Makes the and one. Clock down to 54 seconds left. Brigham Fanis into the game, as is Connor Fields. 90-58 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware Board. Out on the right side, screen around, look down low. Schmelzer looking for a dunk. No, goes for a layup instead. Misses. Housekeeper on the board. 90 points in a game. I know Star Valley put up 92 the last week of the regular season, but my goodness, this is the first game I've witnessed. I've gotten really close, 88-85, Wyoming Indian versus Lyman, but 90 points in a high school game, 32 minutes of clock time. Worland looking poised and looking, frankly, a little upset at that WildPreps.com coaches and media poll #2 ranking after dropping one. Yes, one game all regular season, but it was a case of what have you done for me lately? Well, what have you done for me lately? 90 points on the board for the Worland Warriors, and they're on their way to a semifinal matchup against Lovell tomorrow night. 90-58, the final on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware Board. Worland advances to the semifinals. Lyman into consolation against Mountain View tomorrow. We'll take one last break, hand out the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Play of the Game, and say so long. See you real soon. 2 o'clock tomorrow in consolation. This has been a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on mylocalradio.com and KADQ 98.3 FM.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
A common thread no matter where you live in Wyoming is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. And if you ever find yourself broke down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come pick you up day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. In addition to our cleanup and restoration services, we also offer new construction and remodeling. We can help with a newer kitchen, bathroom, a garage, deck, or a new addition to your home. We provide accurate, itemized estimates with no hidden fees or extra charges, and we complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Call us today at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Bye-bye. Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
90-58, the final on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board in the final quarterfinal matchup of the 3A West Regional Tournament. Has Worland advancing on to the semifinals tomorrow, and let's take a look at that bracket. Freshly updated, your semifinals are set. Number 1, Lander from the Northwest versus number 2, Big Piney from the Southwest Conference. How about this? Big Piney, the only team to advance on from the Southwest Conference. Other than that, it was all Northwest today. And on the other semifinal matchup at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night, number 1 Worland versus number 4 Lovell. In consolation, fighting for your hopes at state, at regionals. You're still in contention for a state title, but you have to win tomorrow or your season is done. Well, the first match will be at 10:30 a.m. on the boys' side. Powell, number 3 seeded, will take on number 4 Pinedale. And in the other loser-out matchup, our first broadcast of tomorrow, Mountain View, number 1, upset 66-51 by Lovell, will take on Lyman, beaten 90-58. That game at 2 p.m. Now on the girls' side of the bracket, a little bit more positivity when it comes to the Bridger Valley. We've got 2 semifinalists, and both of them can meet at the finals. However, for Lyman, it means taking down number 1 from the Northwest, Worland. That game at 5:30 p.m. That's the second of a doubleheader that we'll have. Mountain View versus Pinedale on the other side. Mountain View is 2-0 against Pinedale, but does that old adage, it's hard to beat a team 3 times, come into play in tomorrow's contest. Pinedale fought hard and beat a good Lander team today, 43-35. In consolation, 9 a.m. matchup. Lander taking on Powell, and then at 12 on the girls' side, Big Piney and Lovell fighting for their season and state playoff hopes. The Dr. McKay Franklin precision play of the game goes to Braxton Bradshaw. He was frankly about the only Lyman Eagle scoring for large stretches of that first half, so that's who we give it to. Braxton having 11 points on the day, leading the way in scoring for Lyman. There was 11 points for Braxton. That, again, your Dr. McKay Franklin precision play of the game. 9 points from Andrew Housekeeper and Alex Bradshaw. 11 from Preston Brewer as well. 7 by Carter Smith and 6 by Jet Dickerson. On the Worland side, a little bit higher. I had Mac Page with 27, 19 by Rudy Sanford, Luke Mortimer with 15, 15 from Brock Tazinas, and then 7 points from 2 points rather from Regan Schmelzer. Richard Garay with 4, 2 by Coulter Wyman, and 2 by both Wyatt Wyman and Jory Anderson. That does it for us. Again, join us tomorrow at about 1:40 p.m. for pregame coverage of this game right here of Mountain View and Lyman. One more time, the battle for Bridger Valley, and this time, a bid for the state tournament is not yet on the line, but a bid to get to a bid for state is a loser-out game tomorrow at 2 p.m. and then followed by a couple of semifinal matchups at 4 and 5:30. Mountain View versus Pinedale and Lyman versus Worland. Until then, I'm Jake Hibbert. Thanks so much for joining us all day long on mylocalradio.com and KADQ 98.3. We'll be back tomorrow.
The preceding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. We appreciate you tuning in to this mylocalradio.com exclusive of Lyman Eagles Athletics. We would like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors and partners who make this all possible. And of course, thank you for tuning in. Check out our website for more information about future Lyman broadcasts, or like us on Facebook to stay up to date with the games. Until next time, go Eagles!